dragged earlier. It's a weird mobile glitch where if you get dragged, oftentimes you just can't fucking talk if you're on mobile. You got to reconnect.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I was saying, so the topic we're doing Midora versus Elaine Belloc. You have Midora, I have Elaine. Equal stats cross first. You were
Yeah,
discussing some type of forbidden hacks or hacks that you wanted to be blacklisted from this debate. What was it again?
like I guess we could just say like meta shit and like uh
Mm,
yeah, I guess just meta shit. Like any type of like narrative based hacks really.
narrative based hacks. So that's what you mean by meta?
Yeah, yeah, like anything that's like on a meta level. Like Bugs
Oh,
Bunny has reality warping on like a meta level because weird author shit he does.
okay, sure. And you know, I guess we can start now. Sakazuki is the established immediate judge, we'll say. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, this will be fun. This will be fun. I know Elaine's powers, so this will be uphill for Midora, but I'll see how far he goes.
I'm going instantly to the respect Reddit or whatever the fuck it's called.
Then instantly. I guess you could start with Elaine's powers. I do know she has that one to like alter the flow of time for people. Pretty cool.
Oh, if you wanted to start first, you could. I guess if I were to, uh, what should I introduce? What should I introduce? Mm, Oh, I mean, I guess I should just ask with this. Does your character have a point in time to where your character was? Yeah, this guy Yandi is a troll. Basically, whether what your character was like born or whether there's a point in time to where your character has existed, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that being said, I'd like to be introducing an ability. Are you aware my character can copy, paste, and edit your origin?
Seems to be a narrative thing, but
That's
I'll go off.
that's
Continue.
narrative.
It might be origin dip. I mean, like it might be. I'll have to see how she does it.
Okay,
You just
well,
continue.
I guess then we'll clarify. What do you mean by narrative? Because by narrative, what I interpreted to be is me essentially being on the level of the narrator to where I'm transcending that fictional setting in itself.
I don't think you necessarily have to be on the level of like a narrator because like again, for an example, you have someone like to use DC for an example, you have Final Heaven characters like Milkman, who like narratively transcends the regular DC cosmos, but they're still a narrator for his comic. See what I mean?
I mean, yeah, there's a narrative. Obviously, there'd be a narrative for Elaine as well. By fictional transcendence, it would just be characterized as, an awareness and an ability to tamper with the fictional outlines of a character. So, for example, I'll give the example of Gwenpool. Gwenpool is known as someone for fictional transcendence because she came from the real world, is able to go from the real world to out of the real world, and she's characterized as a narrative haxy character due to the fact that she can essentially edit the narrative of one character's story. So the reason why it'd be a bit different from what Elaine is doing is because Elaine, has it stated, she's copying and pasting that universe in itself, right? She's editing that universe almost in a sense that she's reality warping. She's changing the reality in which they're in. But on a narrative level, if she were to do that, she wouldn't necessarily just be changing the reality of that universe. She'd be able to cut and paste each individual bit of that character's, timing, right? So essentially, she'd be able to rewrite the character. The character's name is Danny. The character's name is this. They actually are in this. They're actually in this universe, etc. Basically, being on the level of an author. In the sense that Elaine's doing it, it can almost be characterized as time travel, also protruding to her other abilities, which would be reality warping and whatnot. If that's to be a descriptive explanation of what it is.
Um, well, okay, sure. Since it is equal stats, though, I guess we could use this. Midora does have the ability to create something called a back channel, and this is by virtue of just eating a very particular ingredient. Um, Back channel, it's pretty much just a space, but it's a higher dimensional space than what he exists on and everything. He could just create that to around himself. And so I mean, unless she can do it to spaces that are also like higher than her in terms of like I guess tiering. she could do it to
So
that, then I mean, sure, it
so
could get around
elaborate
to the
on
back
that.
channel.
So when you say tiering and when you say higher dimensionality, are you making the claim that your character is higher on this level of existence to which your character's abilities would be more transcendent over my
He's
character?
lower. He's lower than his than this ability. Like it's like transcendent to him. That's the thing.
Right. So he's low ability, but he's able to use it. Because I think we should go over that. What would you characterize or list as a criteria for a certain person to scale somewhere? Because for me, if a person is scaling somewhere, in order for them to personally scale somewhere in itself, they would have to demonstrate a feat worth or noteworthy of them, getting to that level, that high level of scaling somewhere. To which, if they were to, for example, your character, and this is just an example, let's say your character had, or your character was stated as universal, but your character is only universal because they have an ability such as reality warping that's able to twist their universe into whatever they want. Just create it, destroy it, edit it, whatever it may be. That ability in itself is the reason for the character being universal within that analogy. So, via that same logic, what I'll ask you is when you say your character's ability transcends the character in itself, what do you mean by that? Are you saying that the ability is completely separate from the
This
character?
guy's
Is your character using the ability? Like, what do you
there.
mean?
He uses the ability, but there's no indication that he scales to it. Just him using the ability, I'm not convinced that automatically means he scales to it. Here to give you context for the verse, Midora is like 4D uni plus with his like stats, but then this ability, he's able to summon a space, which is like in comparison outerversal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And well, I'll just ask this. So, for example, if we were to have, like, for example, my ability, or for example, Wanda, right? Wanda in the House of M, and she was able to use her reality warping in order to twist the universe and the Nexus as a whole. Do you think that in itself would make her at least universal?
I don't know anything about like that, like the Marvel Cosmos. Like I don't know what that is.
In cosmology aside, like just assume I'm just talking about the universe. If she's able to affect the reality on a universal level, her abilities are effective throughout the universe. She can the universe, she can destroy the universe, create the universe, etc., etc. Would you say that in itself makes her universal?
Um, it would depend on the context of exactly how she does it. Like it's really a mechanism based thing. I think it's with that way with a lot of things in fiction, especially crossbar scaling. So
Wait,
like
sorry, I
if
didn't
it's
hear
say
that
like
first
just
part.
I think it's like a mechanism based thing. So it depends on the mechanism that she uses to do it. Like in some series, like say like for an example, in like in a Dragon Ball thing, it's literally all their key, which is just 1 to 1 how strong you are.
What do you mean how strong you are? Because strength is measured on a different thing. For example, I'll give an example. If my character is able to shoot a blast that is able to beam the universe away, it would do the same amount of damage as if Wanda was able to warp reality away, just warp it and destroy it away. It would be of the same level, it would be of the same mechanism and the same technique as your character, unless you're
Not, again,
specifying
not
that this would have to
necessarily.
be something of a physical force and that it can't necessarily be an extension of the character in itself. To which I'd ask you to define what do you mean by mechanism?
I'm gonna be honest. You're asking me a lot of questions that are like very broad in terms of how they apply to
Mm.
power scaling in general. And even then, with the response that you gave when you said, "Well, Wanda's is through the same thing," not necessarily. If say the energy source that like say she uses her own innate energy to do it, then sure she could scale to that because I mean she's exerting this much energy and she has to withstand said energy to do it. Not every ability in fiction works like that. Like
What do you mean withstand such energy? What energy
like
would be
counter
being
force,
given up?
like
Because
counter
remember, she's
force.
not the one giving out the power blast. That was just an analogy. I'm talking about her reality warping abilities.
Okay, hold on. Well, when you said you gave the
Mm.
example of like say someone firing like a kamehameha and we're saying it's like the same mechanism and I said no that's not because one of them is their own innate energy. I'm not sure about
Oh no,
one,
I
but
didn't say
maybe
it
it
was the
is in more
same
cases.
mechanism. I said it was like a
that is
mechanism
that
of
is
their own
interesting.
device. I think I think if someone were to shoot a beam, it would be significantly
What is it? What do you
different
hold on? What do you
as if
even mean
someone were
by
to,
her own device? I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but it's
yeah,
like
go ahead.
that's really vague. I don't know what that means. What do you mean
By
by
her own
her own
device,
device?
by her own
Yeah, what does that
ability,
even mean? Okay, what does that mean? Is it like her own innate
an
energy that is
ability
she's
that
using
she
to
has.
fuel the ability? Okay, so just yeah, and that's so like I said earlier, I don't think that just because someone has an ability necessarily means that they scale
Yeah,
to
that
the
was the whole
power of
point of
said
my
ability.
analogy. That's what I was
Hold on.
refuting. So basically, as I was saying, if you were to have an ability such as reality warping, and my reality warping was able to destroy the universe, would you not say that that ability is an extension of you?
How is this relevant whatsoever?
Because if the ability is the extension of you, that ability is you scaling somewhere.
What is
Is
that
it not?
extension? Hold on, what does extension of you mean? What do you mean by that?
Extension of you. It's your ability. That's what I'm asking. That
Okay,
was the whole
so
point of
hold
my
on. So
analogy, and
again,
that was
hold
the
on. Yeah.
initial
So
question.
again, this isn't like okay. So again, you're just asking me if I just agree with this entirely opposite one, and even then the analogy, I don't think that works. I gave like a symmetry breaker. It even gave something that it doesn't
What do you
account
mean when you
for.
say
Is
symmetry
like the
breaker?
this nigga. You're about to win just off of me not wanting to deal with this. I'm gonna let you
No,
know
I
that right
just
now.
genuinely don't know what you mean because you're speaking kind of fast.
Okay. This is a peak strategy by you. Just say things that will frustrate me.
I don't think
Okay.
that's an argument,
Um,
but what do you mean by that?
I didn't say that was an argument. I didn't say that as an argument. All I did
I'd
was I'm
hope not.
just saying. But yeah, no, definitely not, because I'm just saying. But yeah, anyways, a symmetry
I'd
breaker
assume
is
not.
something that
Mhm.
shows a disanalogy. And but then I also did that as well as showing how there is a mechanistic difference in which you are not accounting for. And then as opposed to actually engaging with that whatsoever, which you haven't engaged with the claim that there can be different mechanisms in which someone definitely scales to and which someone does not necessarily scale to it. That's like saying, for example, just because say someone from Final Fantasy can summon not even Final Fantasy. We'll use someone from like D&D because they can summon Tiamat, this like outer versal being, that they're automatically outer versal. I'm not convinced that they're necessarily outer versal for that. That is on you to prove.
Okay, well, I think that you're a bit confused here. So, what I was asking, I'm not making a claim. The whole initial reason why we're in this conversation
No,
as a whole is
you're
because
lying.
your
You're
reference
blatantly
has
lying.
something of being dimensional, right? You were saying that your ability is transcendent of your character as a whole. So, if your ability is transcendent of your character as a whole, then is it really his ability? Right? That's what was put into question, which led forth to my
Well, that's
analogy
that's
of
you're blatantly
Wanda and her
lying right now. You
reality
made
warping.
multiple
So
claims.
when I
No,
referred to
that's a
reality
lie.
warping, I was
Blatantly
specifically
lying.
referring to her ability in the Marvel House of M, which she was able to
None of
reality warp, and that ability was able to affect
bro.
the universe. So what I asked you was initially, would that
No,
be
this is
able
just a
and
blatant lie,
classify
bro.
her as universal? That's fine. You can think it's a
Hold
lie.
on,
We
no,
can go
that's
through
no, 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 that's a
recording,
blatant
but
lie
I'd
when
prefer
you
not to
started
be
saying
cut
that
off.
they were
So
that they
as I
were
was saying, if it
none
was the
of those
case that
things
her
there,
ability was
and I'm not
reality
gonna fully
warping,
listen to it.
and you were to
And you
say
know
that,
what?
yeah, that ability is an extension
I'm
of
not
her,
gonna listen
we
to
would go
someone
into,
lie straight to
the
my
question
face in
of
front of
whether
this,
that
so
ability would
I just get
specifically be able
I'm
to
leaving.
transcend her in
I'm not
itself.
gonna listen to
That's the
someone
whole
lie
reason
in
I put into
front of me.
question. I wasn't
No,
necessarily like
I'm
trying to
not
get
gonna listen to
around that
someone
or
lie
anything.
in front of
I'm
me.
just trying
I'm
to get
good.
more
I'm out.
clarification on
No,
exactly what
I'm
you mean
out.
by your character. That's all.
I'm out. I'm not gonna listen to someone fucking lie in front of me. I'm out.
Okay, that's fine. I'm
Huh?
not sure what
What
he was
just
about, but
happened?
okay. I don't know. He was trying to overtalk me. Obviously, I'm not going to randomly stop my argument. I don't like being cut off. I was being respectful. I don't know. That's fine. I guess he'll take the win. If he wants to debate again, that's cool. He thinks I was lying about the question I initially asked. We can go through the recording. I don't really care.
I'm so confused.
What does that mean? I don't know.
What previous what?
So I believe I was clarifying. It got really mixy, so I forgot to be fair. But I believe I was clarifying on what we meant by mechanisms. I was gonna say it seems that I already got like what I wanted from that previous question. It just seems that we have a completely different idea on how you know criteria for being of a certain level works. But it also seems that we have a different idea on what's considered scaling. You were mentioning outer versal and stuff like that. Are like I'm assuming you're referring to like versus battle and shit.
Yeah. Our outer versal just being like beyond the concept of space and time, specifically the concept.
Okay. And beyond space and time. Gotcha.
The
And you were
concept, yeah.
saying your ability is to this level. What were you saying about your ability?
The ability just transcends the actual character's like just innate power. There's no indication of I'm scaling to it. I wouldn't make
And
that claim just because it's
sorry,
really
good.
fucking hard to make the claim that he scales to that.
That's fair.
I
So,
don't think I could feel that
oh,
burden.
sorry. Yeah. So that's fair. I was gonna say, do you have any like scans or demonstrations for this ability and whatnot?
Yeah. Hold on, you got to give me a second so I can find them. They're in my phone. They're just unorganized.
Go for it.
Just to make sure, like I'm like having like the way the arguments are going correct. Archie made the sort of thing about the origin manip thing, and then
Mhm.
Demi in response to that is saying, "Okay, my character has this, which would not allow for this to happen." And then now y'all are arguing about whether this character has this thing or not. Correct? Making sure I have
I
it
don't
all
think
right.
he actually put into question whether my character does. If he wants to now, I don't mind
No,
sending
no,
him a
no, no. I'm
scan.
not saying about your character having. I'm saying you're going over whether or not Demi's character has this thing that could
Right.
counter the thing that your character has.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm making sure.
Yeah, right now they're just evidence gathering. That's all. I kind of have a map of where you're going.
Okay, so a back channel is the world of souls, or like the food spirit world, the soul world. That's exactly what it is, the spirit world, where only souls can go, which is like your consciousness and everything. And so only in there do the concepts of space and time not exist. And then you could see this a new by eating Acacia's full course items pair and another, you are able to then taste news, which means you can invoke the back channel. And you can see that in these channels or these scans. And Midora has eaten his full course. Do you need me to send that, or like? Because I'll have to go find that. Like I'll have to go look in the manga.
Sorry, I'm just reading. So interesting. So are you saying that by the spirit world, this is what they refer to as the back channel?
Yeah, because of that one scan, you can see this one person who's using one. It says they call it the back channel in World of Souls, and then we can see the a description of the spirit world,
Wait, hold on,
i.e.,
Demi.
the
Sorry,
World
I
of
was talking to
Souls.
someone in my background. What were you saying?
Saying, yeah, you could see it in the second scan that I post. It says they call it the back channel in World of Souls, and then the one above, it's the spirit world. It is the same place they're referring to. There's just multiple names for it because when it's being called the spirit world, they're literally just in a different country. It's the same thing.
I don't know if I wanna. I don't know if I want to take this, dude. Only because, actually, fuck. I'll trust you're being honest. What it is, whatever.
Like I said, I know that there are statements from earlier in the manga. I would just have to go back and find them. It's not like Bleach where I just know where most of the shit is by chapter number, but yeah, it just take a minute.
Gotcha. Oh, I'm gonna go get some food. Hold on. Food came here.
Yeah. Any contentions? The ability being above him.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. Any contentions with this being like a back channel being like outer?
Um, yeah. So basically, as it describes the spirit world, otherwise known as the back channel, it says only in their concepts of space and time not exist. I'm assuming that's what you mean by this, right? So when it
That's what?
says, sorry, go on. What were you saying?
No, I was just asking what you said. Sorry. You said you assume what?
This is the scan you're referring to, right? When it says the concepts of space and time do not exist here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have to put in the question: what do they mean when they say the concepts of space and time specifically?
Seems very clear they're talking about the idea, at least based off of how they throughout the series they'll differentiate between like the flow of time as well, and they appeal to real life physics a lot. There are just several panels where like what's his name? Toriko is doing a calculation for how much force he has to punch into this rock to break it. Um, and then they give like real measurements of distance. So like they appeal to real life physics. So I assume it's very different than just like the physical measurements that we would use. It's just the idea of like space and time. That just seems to be what it is. Like,
I see. So you're saying there's a trend of this. Understandably so, even though like I see no evidence for this, even if we were to steelman, because I don't think it even matters, even if we were to steelman this and go forth with this, even though there may be a trend, I'm asking for like this reference specifically because there can be, diluted context around that. There could be a different reference for what you mean by, time. For example, you said sometimes they refer to, I think you said the progression of time or whatnot. I'm asking what
time
specifically, like in
as a
this
physical
scan,
concept.
do they mean when they say the concepts of time and space?
Yeah, and that's what I that's what I said. Yeah, just based off of how they refer to time throughout most of the series as a actually throughout all of it as a very physical thing. Same with space. Like they give exact measurements of time. Like I said, they give what's his name? They give Toriko like just straight up math equations that he does in his head. So like they appeal to real life physics. And this is the only
Mm,
time where they ever mention like concept of time. So it just seems like the most likely interpretation referring to like the idea of time.
mhm.
As opposed
No,
to
I understand the
any other
claim.
interpretation
Mm,
with any textual backing. I would just say this
yeah.
one seems to have the most textual backing. Yeah.
No, I already understand the claim. I heard your previous statement. I'm more so referring to this scan in itself. Because there can be a trend. I guess I'll just properly explain, even though I feel like I implied this pretty heavily. There could be a scan or like a trend of some measures of physics being applied. Because as you know, physics in itself and really all the laws of science, right? Scientific method, there are different fields and different parts of that exist way beyond just simple like math equations and whatnot, or at least certain like specified math equations and whatnot. I'm not saying that this world absolutely doesn't appeal to physics. That'd be a shitty claim for me to make. But what I'm saying is, even though there is a quote unquote trend, which we still have not seen, by the way, it can be said that there may be, but I'm referring to in this scan specifically when it references space and time, because as we know, time can be referenced as the progression of events. There are different theories of time, different ways that people theorize on time. Even to this day, many scientists still question what we mean by time. Some people had different theories and whatnot. And by space, I'm just putting into question what it means specifically within this verse when they refer to that. I understand that your argument is saying that there is a quote unquote trend of them using certain features of physics, and that can be okay, even though we haven't seen this. But regardless, I don't think this is a sufficient answer or at least fulfillment of what I'm putting into question.
Okay, so the that's you almost got the argument. Um, it's not just saying there's a trend of them appealing to real life physics. It is a trend of how they use the words and the frame and the words that they end up using to observe real life phenomenon with physical explanations. And this is the only time that they say that there is a concept. Whenever they're speaking about space in like a relative sense, because they do also appeal to relativity, which I do also want to bring up. You saying that okay, well, it hasn't been demonstrated. I don't think it's particularly relevant because you said okay, I'll just grant that even, not in those words exactly, but it's essentially what you had said. And so, even asked that you wouldn't ask for any of that. And so the argument isn't that there's a trend of them appealing to isn't just simply that. I think that'd be an oversimplification. It is referring to how the series itself uses
Mhm.
terms. And so given that the series will speak of specifically measurements of time, the series will also speak about relativity, appeal to many different real life physical theories, not just like one. I mean, even bringing up that there's a myriad of ways that time is defined isn't particularly relevant because I'm saying that there's textual backing for this based off of something that you even said that you didn't even care to question, that there is a trend of this. So even saying that it hasn't been proven doesn't matter if it's not if it my interlocutor doesn't require me to, and you had already said that you wouldn't really require me to, so I don't really feel like that's particularly relevant. And so I think that when we get into interpretations, we don't necessarily need something explicit for us to say that this is what it is. I don't think that's necessarily the case. And that's kind of where I'm coming from with this particular argument because there is a trend for how terms are used and what they are referring to. The author is like almost autistically specific with a lot of term usage, and so it's the only time that the concept of time is referred to. Every other time when they say time, they're usually either speaking in like, again, a relativistic sense or bringing up a measurement of, or they'll specifically say measurements of time and units of time, and or talk about like linear flow of time and things of that nature. So no, I do believe that I've given you like a textual backing, which you didn't really question too much because it would just involve like a 50 billion scan dump. Like,
Yeah, no, not at all. But I think that's fine. If that's what you think happened, we can just go to conclusions. I think I've said enough, and you think you fulfilled and said enough. So, would that be fine with you?
I mean, like, we could just move on from this point. If you have any other abilities that
I
you
think
would
it's
like
a
to bring
pretty
up.
important point when it comes to how you're, progressing through that, since that's what you're mainly hinging off of to scale your character. I'm not referring to the point as a whole. I'll just specify. I'm referring specifically to the point that we just encountered with that singular scan and where we were arguing just previously to help us progress. So, would you like to just
Well, hold on.
conclude on
So
that?
when I just want to say the scaling doesn't hinge on this ability because, like I said, I don't think he scales to this ability. I'm just saying that he has abilities which massively outscale him beyond even just like an even hyperversal, like a high hyperversal difference.
Um,
And so I guess like the point
Copy
would be
Gina.
if you feel as though you've
Oh, my bad.
if you feel as though you've adequately called the idea that this ability transcends him into question, then we can just move on to other abilities.
yeah, no, not really. I don't really know what that response here. Basically, if you're giving the ability, right, that your character, or that your ability, whatever, this is like, unless you just sent a random scan that's not relevant, you are saying, sorry, that to a certain level, you're trying to scale someone or something that's the current point to outer versal, hinging off of that scan right there. No.
The character himself, his stats are not there. I'm saying that he has an ability to which he does not scale to.
No,
It
no,
is
yeah,
he
yeah. I
being
mean,
he
like,
being
just
his
the
stats. He can
character or
have the ability,
something.
but
That's
his
what I mean.
actual stats and this being an equal stats debate would then just mean that, yeah.
No, yeah.
Like,
I don't really care about that. I said the person or the thing. You're trying to scale someone and hinge something to outer versal based off that scan, no?
that ability, sure, but then that's just
Sure.
one
So that's what I'm
ability of
putting into
his.
question. I think it'd
Hold
be
on, yeah, yeah.
better.
And I said that if you feel as though
Yep.
if
Go ahead.
you've adequately put it into question,
Mhm.
then we can move on from this ability and we can just go on to other abilities that your character has.
Not really. I think it'd be better if we just conclude on that because again, we clearly disagree. I don't think you think that I won. You said that you don't think my response was adequate or fulfilled. You said that you think that your stance and you fulfilled your stance properly. So if that's the case, I would just rather go to conclusion so we can clarify on who won. So as we progress, we no longer face confusion on what exactly that is, because that's a point that I find very important, and that's a point that I think I've fulfilled, but would rather fulfill it even more by getting an actual conclusion. Because I can think I fulfilled something.
That's fine,
You
but
can
I
think
just
you
don't want to
fulfilled
sit
something,
here and
and
listen
we
to him
can know the
conclude on it.
claims, but it doesn't really matter in the end.
I mean, yeah, that's fine that you can think that, but like I just genuinely don't care to listen to some type of conclusion. It's not as though it's like absolutely necessary to us being able to conclude on this because then that point is still up in the air for him to judge. And so I mean he could still give it at the end with the conclusion on the rest of the points.
Oh, that's fine. I think you're confused. I'm not talking about the point in its entirety, which I've specified in the previous past. I'm referring to the point regarding that scan. I think that
No, that's
that scan was very, very important, and I
I'm
think that if
agreeing.
we're going to conclude on that, or if we're going to progress, that's important. You noted that you don't want to hear me, conclude, and that's fine. If you'd
For his
like, you
verdict.
can just local mute me if you want.
No, it's
But
also his
I would rather
verdict. I
have
don't
a
care to
judgment
listen to
conclusion.
I don't care to listen to a partial verdict on just one point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't have to. You
I
don't
don't.
have to listen.
Yeah, hold on. So I don't care to even go through with this whole thing. This is a waste of my time. I don't have forever to sit here and keep
You don't have to
debating. He can
engage.
give his
That's
verdict
fine.
after. So like he can give his verdict at the end. So yeah. If you don't want to just go ahead and list your abilities, I'll take that as you don't have any others that you would
Yeah,
want to
that's
list.
fine. We're just not really done with this point. I was gonna list my abilities eventually. That's why I specified on this point. But anyways, Sakazuki, you there?
Okay, so hold on, wait, no, no, that was slick. You tried, but no, I didn't sit here and agree to listen to Sakazuki give a partial verdict. So
You don't
no,
have
we're
to
not
agree.
gonna sit
That's
here and
fine.
do that. I
What's up,
didn't sit
Sakazuki?
here and like this nigga's taking it like literal fucking Larry, just like Hypnotic. Jesus Christ.
Yep, that's facts.
When it comes to
Yo,
yeah,
Sakazuki, you there?
yeah. So no, hold on, Sakazuki. I did not agree to listen to you
Yeah,
give
that's
like a
fine. You
partial
don't have to
verdict. He's
agree. I was
trying to
just asking
force
you
it.
something.
He's trying to force it into it, and this is just a waste of my time.
Agreeing to conclusion? That's not what I
I
was
don't
going
have
to
time to
ask.
sit here
I was going to
forever.
say
I
this.
don't agree to listen
Uh,
to like a partial verdict on even just a single point that you
What?
can give it
Facts.
at the end.
So yeah, that's cool. I was going to say,
Hold
so
on, yeah.
Sakazuki,
So hold
have
on,
you
wait,
been
no,
listening?
Sakazu, he's literally trying to
He's
force
just
into
over
like
talking me at
forcibly
this
No,
control
point.
the
I
debate.
understand that. Demi
Yeah,
already
I'm
said
not
that if
trying
you're
to
not
listen to
agreeing, if
what's
you're not
yeah.
agreeing, that I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
give a verdict. Like I'm not gonna
yeah, I
like
was going to
put you
say,
on
well, I was just
conclusions.
going
I
to
know.
ask something before you go on. So basically,
Uh-huh.
right, but without him interrupting, we were going to see, are you aware of the previous point that we just did?
I am aware of it.
Right. So if we both are disagreeing and I'm putting his thing into question, then what's going on here?
So what I'm
Are you
saying
saying are you
is what
saying that you
he's
want to
saying. Wait,
wait
hold up,
until we
hold up,
finish
hold
this
up.
entire point and then you want to give the sub point conclusion?
So
I
what?
don't.
Okay, what I think Demi wants, right, or
No,
what
I know
he's
what he
saying,
wants.
like
I was asking you.
what I'm saying is that if this point, right, this specific point doesn't
Mm,
like sort of like next abilities, right, that y'all are giving isn't contingent on it, like contingent on this specific ability, right? Then I don't think there's a point for me to like force conclusions here. I think y'all can just continue and I can just give the overall verdict at the end. If
if that's how you feel, then sure. So moving on from that. So basically your second scan, and what is it supposed to be?
Uh, the second
Your second
scan
scan.
is which? Let me pull that up. Which one is this?
A new type of flavor invoked by Akasia's full course items impair and another. Ordinary humans can't perceive it and they call it back to the back channel and the world of souls. But that's what I'm referring
Showing
to.
that the back channel is referred to as the world of souls, showing that it is the thing that is referred to in the first scan. Which when I mentioned earlier, you said that at least unless I misinterpreted it, it sounded very clear to me that you were saying like, okay, yeah, I'll just accept that. I trust that you're being honest with me about specifically the back channel, the world of souls, and the spirit world being referred to as
That
the same
the
thing. That's why I
that the
brought up
back
the thing
channel and the world
earlier
of
about
souls are the same. Yeah.
yeah,
Because at
in
first I was
the
putting into
hold on, not
question
just
on
that. It
whether
was
it was
also
just
the.
like
I
and.
also made the claim of the. I wasn't done. So with
Good.
the spirit world, and I said that they refer to the same thing as multiple names, and they call it the spirit world in the country that they were
Yeah,
in.
that's not really what I said. So basically,
Okay.
you're saying what I was saying is that yeah, I agree. They're used synonymously. When it specifies, they call it the back channel and the world of souls. It's just names used synonymously. I'll take you up on that. I don't need any scans for why a specific place is used for other names. That's fine. I'm not going to press you on that.
I was saying that like the world of souls and the spirit world are the same thing. That's what I was saying as well.
The
And I
spirit
said
world
that
has in
before
the
that
first
you had
case.
okay. So and then I said that before you had said
Mm.
that, which is why I had thought you were saying that you would be okay with just taking at my word when I say that the spirit world, the back channel, and world of souls are the same because the back channel and the world of souls being called the same. There's that scan right there blatantly stating it. The thing that I was saying is the world of souls and the spirit world being called the same thing.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. If that's what you were saying, that's interesting. I thought all you were saying when you said the back channels is that the back channels in the world of souls, that they're just things used like synonymously. Like they're not two separate things, they're the same thing. And
Yeah, hold on.
that's
Yeah,
what
and
it was
that's I
referring
was
to by
saying
the full
that
course items, pair and another.
including the term spirit world. I'm saying that those three terms are referring to the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know about that part. I know, like obviously I'm not gonna ask you for scans about why the world of souls and the back channels are the same thing, but the world of
But well,
spirits or
yeah, okay.
the
So I
world of
guess we'll
spirits.
just sure. What do you want for a scan for that? Do you just want me to show you them saying it's like
Okay, maybe I'm confused. You're saying the spirit world, and then the second. So this first scan and the second scan are correlated. You're saying the spirit world
see
and the
hold on.
back
So you
channel are the
see
same thing.
the spirit world, the back channel, and the world of souls are the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. So what's your disagreement with that?
Oh, I just don't see any proof of that.
Okay.
If you want to just make the
so-
claim and just not send any
so-
proof, that's fine. But
Hold on. Okay. Hold on. That's again what I was. The reason I didn't send that extra scan is because earlier when you said that, that's fine. If you want to sit here and we can go back, we can backtrack and we can go and we put this in contention, that's fine. Put that into question. I'll go ahead and scroll through my phone again.
yeah, that's fine. Maybe it was just a misconfusion. Probably is a misconfusion.
What happens when it's in there? It's a bunch of little flakes of its skin, like they turn into like full grown ones. It's fucking weird. And then we see another scan. It's out of order. The last one is it's showing that the Whale King's stomach is directly connected to the spirit world. And then we also see that's the same place where another goes, by the way, which is also referred to directly as the back channel. Komatsu even says it right here. Another is the only ingredient that can enter this world with its flavor intact. And then we also see later the spirit world, white hole, the same world that the
By the way, Dream, I'm streaming.
another went to, which is the same thing that's referred to as the back channel.
This kid's a bot, bro. Boo.
So that's your refutation, Archie?
Yeah, facts. It's my refutation.
You look, you won, Demi. You gotta go.
Did Demi, did like Archie just like ignore Demi? Like, hello?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Am I retarded? Sorry. I'm sorry.
Bro,
what
Demi
are the
just
scams
made a
you
might
whole.
be.
Debbie just
You
made
might
a
be.
whole ass
You're like
claim,
a
bro.
whole-
Like that man, Debbie
You're
just like extrapolated
Okay.
on all his scans.
Yeah, I don't know what that's for. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit woozy.
You kind
Yo,
of
Saka,
debunked everything you
if
said
if
too.
Demi wins, I beg you post this shit in like debate result. This gift.
This shit is so ass.
Wait, so what did you say? He said something about, I'm assuming the what's it called? I cannot focus right now.
Okay, so the place where the Whale King's stomach is connected is directly just shown via not even like narrator statements, just like straight up location placards on the panel. This is the spirit hole or the spirit world, and they call that specific place of it like the white hole. That is where the Whale King's stomach is connected, and this statement where it also shows that the Whale King's stomach is connected to that world. And that scan with the little chef dude in the shiny hat, he says another is the only ingredient that can enter this world.
Wait, so with the speed of
scan
light thing,
earlier-
are you saying?
Hold on,
I kind of
I'm just
remember
repeating-
that.
I'm just repeating what I was
So
saying.
with the
The thing.
Why no, you're like
transcends the
explaining
speed of
again
light,
for me to
and then
know,
it
right?
says the thing, the distortion of space and time is an entrance to the back channel, and then we see exactly where another went. We see that it was in the spirit world, and we also see another statement corroborating that, and we see the same place that it went, with the white hole being referred to as the spirit world, the same one that the one with the door was referring to. So like the back channel, the world of souls, and the spirit world would be the same based off of this interpretation. Leaves no real questions.
Wait, hold on. Let me get out of this game. So what are you saying it says? Does it directly state, just for reference, it like you're going based off of an interpretation, right? Like, does it directly state it just for reference so I don't have to bother looking? Or what are you saying?
There's a place that this fish went, and it's called the back channel. There's a little marking in the physical world that is called the entrance to the back channel. And we also find exactly, like, we ended up going to like the place where it was at, the back channel it was at, and it is the same place where this thing called the white hole is, and the white hole is shown just blatantly being the spirit world. So the same place that we see another going to is called the back channel and the spirit world.
Wait, the back world is okay. So, are you saying that
Yeah.
the back world is referred to? It has like these specific things?
I'm saying that the same location that is called the back channel is also referred to as the spirit world, and there's just a bunch of scans showing it. I gave context just so that you can follow like the argument that it's a thing called another. It's a fish, transcends the speed of light, and then it entered the back channel. And then we also see the scan prior to that one because they sent out of order. It's basically stating what happened in there. It's like it shed its skin, turns into little baby versions of it, and then it says it took refuge in the spirit world. And then on top of that, we see a place which is in the spirit world, which is said to be the same place that another went, which is again also called the spirit world.
My fault. I just hopped off the game. Okay, so let me peek. Okay, so you're saying the back world is referred to as the spirit world and the world of souls or something?
That's essentially what I was saying. That like the back
Okay.
channel that
Where
it
does it
makes would
state
be the
this at?
same
Which
as
scan am I supposed to be looking at?
all four of them.
Or
Do you want me to
what
run
whole
you through it
spirit
again?
world? So what does this scan mean
They,
right here if I'm looking at all four?
they got sent out of order. So like again, there's a fish called Another. It's the one, the little glowy, light-looking fish that was mentioned in the first scan. It says when another surpasses the speed of light, speed causes it to shed its skin several times. All those thousands of layers maintain their flavor and continue to swim.
I heard you.
One of
I'm
those
just rereading now.
yeah. And then it says, without a doubt, a grown-up version that took refuge in the spirit world. And then says the place where another transcends the speed of light, that area became a unique space that distorted time and space.
Wait, so which scan does it call the spirit world?
Hold on. I'm running it. I'm running you through it. The main thing that I'm explaining is that the first part is that Another went to the same place that this thing called the white hole is at, and that it is also called, the second scan shows that it is also referred to as the back channel, because we see that
which
it
scan
went
am I
into the
first looking at first?
I'm going through the.
I just don't know what you're saying. That's why I'm saying the only way I'm gonna understand is if I'm reading.
No, I just said I'm going through in the order that they sent. In the first scan, we see the fish, and it stated that it took refuge in the spirit world. This is where it was at. This is where Another was going, and then it says the place where Another transcends the speed of light. So like it exists in the physical world, it transcends the speed of light, and then that allows it to go into the what is it? Into the back channel, as the second scan says. And then
so are you saying because it went through this,
scan
it became an entrance to the back channel? So it's saying the entrance to the back channel is the entrance to the spirit world? That's what you're saying?
So the fish went
is that what you're saying?
The fish went to the spirit world.
Listen,
and then the place where it ended up transcending the speed of light is stated to be an entrance to the back channel. So it's calling the place that Another went the back channel. And so
the Another is the fish.
I'm showing that the same place that he went to is the same place that has the Whale King's stomach, like the white hole. Given the final scan, where it says Another is the only ingredient that can enter this world with its flavor still intact.
And where is it saying the white hole? How does this correlate to it being the world of souls?
Hold on, the third scan, the spirit world, the white hole, because the back channel and the world of souls are this.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean. So this was an entrance,
and I'm saying
so
that
if you're gonna say I get what you're saying. If you're gonna say it's
guys,
an entrance,
Infinity
where does it state that when
I
he went through,
sure.
it was specific? Yeah, you got to stop talking for you to understand my question. Where does it say that when you go through specifically, that it's like an entrance? Like that's all I'm asking.
The spot where it transcended the speed of light became an entrance to a place called the back channel. And I'm saying that we see the place that it went to, which is being referred to as the back channel, and then we also see it referred to as the spirit world. And I gave a very specific feature of it, which is the white hole, which is present there, and where Another enters. That's the world it enters, which is called the back channel in that scan. And then also showing that in the third scan.
So it says the white hole is in the.
So then hold on. Wait, I'm just going to continue. If you're going to be anal about cutting me off.
Yeah, because I can't hear. Like I'm not understanding. Are you saying that like the back world or the back channel has the white hole in it?
Yes, because the back channel is the same as the spirit world, which is what you were asking.
And you're deriving this from the initial scan where it says the entrance to the back channel?
All four. No, it's all four.
I mean the statement in itself. Like the entrance came from the initial scan when the Another was flowing through to the quote unquote, what was it stated? The spirit world? And then later on in that second scan that you sent, in that order, it states that the entrance, like this is the same place that I went to. So I'll ask, because maybe I'll miss this, because there's a lot I'm just not picking up. Also, just my brain's having 1,000 thoughts in the moment. So you're saying, where does it state that this entrance was the same place that the another went to?
Okay, so there is an entrance, which is a place of distorted space and time, and that is the entrance
Hmm.
to a place called the back channel, right? And so,
Wait, so it's just any place of distorted space and time?
no. It's the distorted space and time thing that was the entrance to the back channel is specifically place, the specific place where another transcended the speed of light
And where
and
are you
entered the
deriving
back
that
channel.
from?
The statement, the place where another transcends the speed of light, that area became a unique space that distorted time and space itself and was something that nobody could perceive. That thing became the entrance to the back channel. And I'm saying
No,
that
no, no.
we
I'm
also
saying, are
end up
these scans
no,
like
that's
within
the
the same
statement.
instance?
Huh?
Are these scans individually in the same instance?
How is this relevant?
Because if these scans are not within the same instance, how am I to know that it's referring exactly to where the another went to? That's what I'm getting at, because I'm not touching that part at all.
Hold on, wait. Are you saying are you asking if all of these scans are referring like they take place in like the same chapter? Like what are you asking?
I'm saying that when it goes in the initial scan where the another is surpassing and where it's going to quote unquote, and that it took refuge in the spirit world, it's the same in reference to this back end channel, right? It's saying that when it did that, it became an entrance to the back channel, hence an entrance to the spirit world where he took refuge. You're saying that that's where he went to. It's referring to the same place, right?
Um, yes, and there's the reason is in the last two scans because there is I'm saying that we see the exact place that another goes to, as well as in the first scan as well, because we see another right there. We see the fish, and it says it took refuge in the spirit world. The second scan also calls the place the back channel, and then in addition to that,
Oh,
so
okay.
just so that
Perfect.
we can
That's what I'm
understand that
asking. How do you know the places are referred to as the same thing? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, so if you'd let me finish, then that's exactly for the fifth time what I'm going to explain. So
Good.
we see that he is in the world where another went in the first scan, and and then in the fourth scan
Wait,
we see
this
the
scan
chef.
is first and
Okay,
then
so
the other?
I'm just gonna
This is
finish.
confusing
I'm
me,
just
dude.
gonna finish. Okay.
Wait, so where am I
Okay. All
supposed to
right.
be reading, bro?
Dog.
Am I reading? Here,
Dog. So
let me
you can
stream real
cut me
quick.
off, but I can't. But I can't finish
You
speaking.
you
And if
can
I
you
do it
can
to
cut
you,
me
you sit
off.
here
I'm
and
just
continue with that.
confused.
No, because every time whenever I'm trying to sit here and like clarify
Hmm.
something or sit here and do that, you immediately say, "Well, no, you're gonna finish talking." I understand you're trying to get me
Here,
annoyed, and that's a strategy
looking.
that you
I'm
do,
really
but this
not.
is like
You can
really
assume
not
that though. Look at
working.
my stream. So am I reading from this scan first or this scan first? Because you sent them in the wrong order, and it's confusing me. Which way am I supposed to
And
read?
I'm trying to explain it to you,
You
and
didn't explain
you have
that though,
stopped
Demi.
me every
Demi,
time I
you're
have
gonna
tried
piss me
to explain
off.
it to you.
Which
And
scan am I
hold on.
referring
So
to
I
read
and
first?
okay, so I'm just going to continue giving the
No,
argument,
Demi. Which
and
scan am I
so I'm just
supposed to
going to turn
read
this down,
first?
and I don't really
Demi,
care
which
if that
scan
is the
am I
case because
supposed to
I
read first?
actually
I don't
have
think you
been
understand
starting
that
with one, and I
properly.
have been
So I'm
explicitly
trying to
stating where I'm
explain to you
starting,
that
why
that's
I'm
how it's
starting
gonna go,
here,
but you're
and I have
not
been giving you the full
understanding
argument
me.
and being very charitable, and you are attempting to
You weren't
continuously cut me
reading.
off
If you
despite
can explain
previously
to me where
complaining
exactly
about
I'm
getting cut
supposed to
off.
be
So if
reading.
you want,
I've
I
never
can
read
give you
this
the
shit
argument for
manga.
the
So
fifth
clearly
time,
I'm not gonna
and
understand
then
which
you
piece
can
you're
ask
reading from.
any
You've
questions
tried
after
explaining
because
it,
I
and
have
it's clear
everything
that you're
turned
waffling
down
and your
here, and I'm just
explanation is
not going to hear
insufficient
anything that you're
because you
saying.
lack the
So
ability
the
of
only
knowing
thing that's going to
English.
happen is
So I'm
this
gonna try
debate
to
is just going
explain
to
this
turn
to
to
you,
you
Demi, in a pretty
arguing over
simple
me
way
while I give an
because you're just
argument, and then I'm going to ask
misunderstanding.
if you heard the
Am I
argument
reading
way
from
too
this
many
scan
times than I
first?
actually
Or
should.
am I
And
reading
I've
from
already
this
given the
scan
argument
first? The
five
reason why I'm
times now,
asking,
and
am
I
I
have
reading
done
from
my
this
best to
scan
make
first?
sure that
Is
it is
because within this
as
scan it states
understandable
there's
as
a place
possible.
where another
So
transcends
I'm
the
going to
speed of
give the
light.
argument.
That means it's
So the
going
argument
in
is that
to
whenever
this
we look at
entrance,
these
which would
things,
mean that
how
it
we
goes
can
into this
determine that the
place.
back
That
channel and the
makes sense.
spirit world
But
is
if
the
you're
same
reading from
thing
this scan
is by
first, is it
very
taking
specific
refuge in the
observations
spirit world to
and
where this
the
whole was
references that are
created?
given.
There are a
So
lot
then
of
we see that the
factors
place
that
that
go
another
that we
flees
don't
to in the
understand
second
and to
scan
which you're not
is
explaining.
called the
You would
back
be able
channel.
to
And
understand
then
and
we end up
explain this if you have the
seeing
cognitive level of a
in the first scan
5-year-old who can
exactly
explain
where
what
these
color they're
individuals
drawing for
are.
their
We see
mother.
that
Maybe
individuals
if
are
you
in the
took that
same place
logic and
that
explained into
another
deep
has fled
detail,
to, which is
I'd
called
be
the
able to
back channel.
understand.
So then
But
after we
clearly,
go from
Demi,
the
you're
second scan,
incapable of
we can
doing
go to
this.
the first
So can you
scan,
please just
and
learn
then
to
we will hold
explain?
a pin on
And can
that
you
because
take
we
it
will keep going
easy
back to that. Then we go to the fourth scan. And then we go to the fourth scan and we see a very specific feature of the spirit world called the white hole, which is the whale king moon's stomach. And we see that it brings ingredients in here. And then he says that another is the
So
only
he's ranting like
ingredient
a
that can
child.
enter this
Sasuke.
world, i.e., the spirit world or the back channel, the place where another has gone to, with its flavor intact. And then we can see in the fourth scan, moving back, that the same place with the white
this is
hole
what we're gonna do.
is
Wait, hold
being
up, hold up,
referred
hold up,
to
hold
as
up,
the
hold up,
spirit
hold up, hold
world.
up.
So that was the fifth time I've given the argument. I'm going to
Okay, wait. Okay, I muted both of you for a second. Okay, so I'll let you guys go for a second, just because like the debate has been dry. But like, actually, like, let's chill out. Like, as a spectator, as a judge, we cannot hear what either of you are saying. So this is what we're gonna do, right? Demi, real quick. Wait, hold up. C, can you stop? Like, why are you talking right now?
Yeah, I just want to say, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Demi was trying to give the argument, bro, and Archie was low key cutting him off, asking him like the same
I understand.
question.
Like, yeah, I understand. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, Archie. I'm gonna unmute you and Demi, right? Just let Demi explain it. If in his explanation he doesn't tell you what scan to read from, right? Then you can say that afterwards and we can clarify, right? Because I think he was going to try to tell you in the argument, but then we sort of just got heated and then like it just all went to shit. So let's chill out. I'm gonna unmute both of you. Let Demi speak real quick. Let's see if he clarifies. If he doesn't, then we can continue. It's fine.
Predicted that shit, by the way.
All right, go ahead, Demi.
Okay, let's see.
so 6 times the charm. Oh yeah, no, they call me Mystic Mac around these parts. I'm kidding. So starting with the second scan, we can see the statement where it says, again, starting with the second scan, the place where another transcends the speed of light. That area became a unique space that distorted time and space itself and was something that nobody could perceive. That thing, that distortion of space and time, was an entrance to the back channel. And then if we go to the first scan, we can see a continuation of the story. When another surpasses the speed of light, yada, 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 it sheds its skin. What we caught and prepared was a young another, and another of this immense size is without a doubt a grown-up version that took refuge in where? The spirit world. So going from the first scan to the second, we can see the place that another goes is called the back channel, and then in the second one, we see that it is called the spirit world. There's a third thing that we should look at, and that is going to the fourth scan. When we go to the fourth scan, we see a character named Komatsu. He's preparing ingredients here, and then he's trying to taste the flavors. He says, wait, it's practically non-existent, like I'm eating clay. No matter how many ingredients are sent in from the whale king moon's stomach, that big white, hole looking thing, without any flavor, the food spirits can't be satisfied. Another is the only ingredient that can enter this world, i.e., the same world with the whale king moon's stomach, with its flavor intact. It's the bridge that links this world and the other, or in the next rather. And then in the fourth scan, we can see this person, Neo Acacia, who is in the spirit world. Oh, sorry, that's not, sorry. Neo is in the spirit world. Acacia is standing out here. I forgot the plot. And so then we see it is called the spirit world with the text right there, not even from a narrator or text bubbles. It is just a location placard there. And then we see the very same white hole that we saw before from the Whale King Moon's stomach. So this is showing that the same place where another has gone is referred to as both the back channel and the spirit world. And we know it is the spirit world because that is where Komatsu is. It's even explicitly stated by the text bubble, or not the text bubble, sorry, the location placards on that middle panel.
Yeah, someone kept up a lot. Congratulations.
Congratulations. You managed to repeat yourself 6 times without explaining what I asked. That takes skill. Sakazuki, I'll ask you rather more, since maybe my question is not clear. So, maybe it's just too much for my brain to handle. I'll admit to that, right? So right here, he's saying that the whale, and you're hearing me, Sakazuki, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's saying that this white hole, that's for whatever reason, reference has the spirit world, which it's not. Where am I supposed to be finding this within any other scan? What even is the white hole? Is it this thing? Is it this thing? What am I looking at? Someone. There has to
Yeah.
be some answer out there.
So okay, so if I'm not mistaken,
Sure, the
right,
white hole.
Archie, let me try
White-
to like lead you through the scans, right?
Perfect.
Because I understood because he was sort of giving descriptions, which is what I was using to like follow along. So he's basically saying it's like you see the fourth scan at the bottom with the
This one
little
right here?
dude with the chef hat.
Oh, this one.
The dude with the
Right
chef
here?
hat. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so this guy is in the white hole, right? Or in this place. He's in this
So
white hole.
this world is the white hole that he's in right now.
Yeah, he's in this. What
Yeah.
I was saying was he was in the spirit world, and the white hole is a feature of the spirit world. And we see Komatsu over by it because I'm in the fourth scan, and then in the third scan we see on the side the big location placards where it
You
says.
see,
white
wait,
hole
hold up, Demi,
and the
hold up,
spirit.
Demi. Right, he wants to know which scan that is. Okay, so the one he's talking about, you
Yes,
see the
yes,
one
yes.
where you see the one to the left of the guy in the chef hat, where it's like there's like basically like a dude with a scar on his forehead, and then below it it
Mhm.
says the spirit world, and then it says white hole.
Right.
He's referring to that one, and then yeah, Demi, go ahead, continue.
Oh, so is he saying? So is he saying these people are in the same place right here? At my stream, right here.
Demi, hello.
Anyways, so is that what he's saying?
I can't hear him. I'm
I can't hear.
I
him
believe
either.
that I believe what he's saying is that wait, shit.
Mm.
Where'd the scans go? I believe what
Okay,
he's saying. Okay, let him explain. It'll be better.
Did you hear my question?
Okay.
So are these people within the same world right here in the scans on my screen?
The same world that is referred to as a back channel. That has been my argument. Yes.
Okay, but that's not really what I'm asking. More so, you said this white hole right here, this thing right here in the middle placard with the cards or the names. You're saying this guy's also within this white hole, right?
Hold on. Which one? Which scan?
That's why I said to look at my screen. It's right here, like the fourth one with the chef
I'm
hat.
gonna
The
be
chef
honest.
hat did.
Okay, I'll join it, but I can't guarantee that it's not gonna lag the fuck out of my phone.
That's fair. That's fair. It's just the fourth one. Are you saying the fourth scan and the third scan are taking place like in the same place?
As what all of them, yeah. With the exception of I guess the exception of the middle one because that's just describing an event that happened in the entrance to that
Okay.
world. I'm saying that 1, 3, and 4 those are the same place, which is also referred to in the second scan as a back channel.
Okay, so fourth and third, same place, but here's the thing, right? If you're gonna say like, so where is it referred to that the white hole, like they're all in the white hole? Because the only like scan I'm saying the white hole being referenced is like this place, right here.
No. So I didn't say they were in the white hole. I said the white hole is a feature of the spirit world, and that is a way that we can know we are in the spirit world. It's the same way as if we were to ask, how are we in Earth's solar system? Well, we see Earth.
Wait, so what is the white hole? Is it this thing right here, right?
It's the
big
white hole.
okay. So are you saying it's like a sun? Not literally a sun, but like it's something that's reflective of being in this universe.
It's a
Like it's just something
landmark.
that's there. Landmark. Okay.
Again,
You
So-
see like where all the
You're
you see where all the
saying-
fish are coming out, Archie? Like all the fish are coming out in that scan. Like that's the white hole. Like you see that white thing behind them, like where the fish are all like swimming around.
Oh,
and, like,
and you're
coming out
saying
of.
this right here is the white hole?
the big white spot, like the big white ink blot on the page. Yeah, that's the white hole. And then in the third scan,
This is gonna sound like the most ratty shit, but I promise it's not. Because I genuinely am just confused. Why is this the white hole? Because it just looks like it looks nothing like this. To be fair, that's where my confusion was. Like
the white hole, it's the whale king stomach.
Oh, this right here.
And
So
that's
this is
where
where
all
you're
the
referring to this
ingredients are
text.
coming from. Yeah, and the white hole is a feature of it's like a landmark, so to speak, of
So,
the spirit.
so the
world.
white
It's
hole
like
is
their
referred to
version
as
of
the
Old
whale.
Faithful.
Oh, sorry, go on. My bad.
Saying it's like their version of Old Faithful. How do you know that you're in Yosemite National Park? You saw Old Faithful. Like,
Now I know where you're referring to landmarks, but for this right here, though, are you saying like how do you know it's referred to as the whale king's moon or heart or whatever you refer to as? Because
okay,
like
so
you're
you
reading
see
this
the
part, right?
shriveled up, you see the shriveled up snake, like the big mass. It almost looks like a bunch of like
Right here?
dry ramen noodles. Do you want me to show you that thing flying into the whale king's stomach?
No, I mean,
And
like,
then
I'm
once you
asking,
get
you're
there-
saying it's reference, like right here. The whale has the whale
Oh.
king's thingy, right?
I'm saying no. I didn't say there was reference. I said that it is the Whale King's the white hole that we see in the third scan. That also says the spirit world is that hole that we see right there. Like the same hole, and I can show you the like and which is the Whale King's stomach. It's the same white hole, and it's the Whale King's stomach. I can show you something entering it and appearing in the spirit world if you would like.
So this might not matter too much. So clarify if it does or whether it doesn't. I don't like what proof do you have for being referenced has the Whale King's stomach? Maybe it doesn't matter. Like it might be one of those things where it's just like a silly name. It could be referenced as whatever, but you're just pointing out that it's there. But if it isn't, like
It
how do
says
you
it
have
in the
proof of this?
fourth. Okay.
Oh, the
In the
fourth?
fourth, in the bottom, it says the Whale King's stomach, the same white hole, except now we see a bunch of fish.
It says no matter how many ingredients are sent in from the Whale King Moon's stomach, right? Which is like referring to these little fish thingy bobs or
So
whatever the hell.
so you're referring to this. Oh, dude, this shits look like rocks at first. What the
No,
fuck?
those are fish.
Okay. Because I saw a clay, it said this, and this looked like little bricks. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about fish, dude? Okay. Now that makes sense. And what are you deriving from these scans? Okay.
That the back channel and the spirit world are the same, because this is the spirit world, like where the white hole is at, where we see Komatsu, and where we see another is like blatantly stated to have they found it in the spirit world. It stayed there instead of going back to the regular world, the full grown one that chose Komatsu in that scan where it says it chose the ingredient, chose the chef. Yeah. And so and it's also referred to as a back channel or the
my
back
whole thing and my whole confusion is where are you correlating this scan to these three? Because now this is making sense, but how is this correlated at all?
You talking about the second one?
Yeah.
It's called a back channel, and I was showing you that because what you were asking me to demonstrate is that the back channel and the spirit world are the same.
Yeah, so I'm asking where is this like how is this correlated to the rest? I'm confused.
Because that's the place where another goes. We see the place that another goes, and the place that another goes is also called a back channel. And you agree that it is the spirit world, and we also see that the back channel, like what I was saying earlier, and you put into question and were asking me to prove, is the term that is referring to the same place as the World of Souls, which you agreed they're referring to the same thing, the back channel and World of Souls. But I'm saying that back channel is also referring to the spirit world, and you were asking me to prove that, and that's what I'm saying. That the same place that you were asking me about is also referred to in the same way that you were asking me. So there we go.
No, that's okay. I'll just ask for maybe it's just the way you're explaining. Sakazuki, what is he trying to say with this?
Okay, he's
Like,
saying
this
that.
story?
Okay, so he's basically saying that if you look in the first scan where it says like when another surpasses the speed of light, the speed causes it to shield its skin several times. All of those thousands of shed light, blah 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 blah. Right? We copper was another it says without a doubt a grown up version that took refuge in the spirit world. Right? You see that in the first scan.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now read the same description that's given in the second scan. The place where another transcends the speed of light, right? Same thing. That area became a unique space that distorted time and space itself, and was something that nobody could perceive.
All right,
that thing
makes
became
sense.
the entrance to the back channel. So he's essentially saying that the spirit world is a back channel.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So what does this matter?
That so you don't disagree that?
No, yeah, okay. So
yeah,
sure.
So, okay, so that's what you were asking me to prove earlier.
Yeah, no, this is fun. So what is this?
Okay, yeah. So that means the space, the back channel is the spirit world, which it was contentious, and we'll wait for the final to understand the winner of the point when we get the final verdict. But I was pretty much stating that it's a place which is transcended to him.
Like and that's when I asked for the definitions of space. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what else?
So yeah, that was my whole thing was saying that Acacia can do, or not Acacia, Midora can do this.
Was this just to prove that your character was outside of space and time?
No, that remember you brought the whole cutting and pasting thing up, that ability.
Right.
And then I ended up saying that there's
Wait, what does this have to do with my cutting and paste?
so then yeah, so the cutting and pasting thing, you can paste the world around him, and I was saying, can she do that to a place which is transcendent of herself because of how equal stats work? There she's equal to Midora, and Midora has abilities which are transcendent to him.
What does this have to do with? Why does that mean my character can't copy and paste it?
Because I asked you if she can do it to things which are the difference between her and the space that she is altering is like an outerversal difference. Can she?
That's
do that
not what I was saying. Basically, what I asked in the beginning, the clarification. No, that's what you're asking, but it doesn't really affect what I'm saying, because I'm not saying that she's going to do it to your character at the moment to where your character is. I asked if your character was born and if your character had a point in time to where your character was progressing, and you said yes. So my argument is that your character will just go back to an area to where your character is vulnerable within your life. For example, the birth of your character, and my character will simply just copy and paste it or alter the effects that's before your character was born to where those meanings and those materials and those properties and those, variables to where your character needed to be born just simply won't happen.
Yeah, I understand that's how the ability works, but I'm saying that can she do that to a character who is in a space which is transcendent to her?
A space transcendent to me?
Yeah, because it's equal stats, because the ability is transcendent to my character.
Okay, wait, hold up. Can I? Because I feel like y'all are about to go like back and forth for a minute. Okay, Archie,
Yeah.
what he's saying is right. Okay, so the argument is that this little spirit world place, right, that this guy can make, right, and he just goes in there. If this thing, right, since we're doing equal stats, your two characters are equal, and this place, which was Demi's argument, right, is this place is above his character, which would therefore be equal to your character. If he's just sitting inside of this dimension, right, would she be able to do this thing in a to a dimension like that is higher than her?
I think my character can go places that are just naturally higher, or like surpassing the concept of her in itself, if there were to be a concept of her, for lack of a word. Would you like proof of this? Would you like proof of this?
Of what?
That my character can go places higher than what she would be deemed to be.
That's cool. That's not what I was asking.
That's fine. That's what I was asking. Is that what you like? That's the proof I think is sufficient enough. Because my character can go to places and is known to be able to go to places that are higher than the level of her. For example, a place that would be, for example, conceptualized as nothingness, right? Then I think if that's the case and your character is simply being withheld within a place to where my character, quote unquote, to your own personal knowledge cannot reach, if my character is capable of doing this, would be your argument that my character can't just go where you're at if I were to show a place that is higher than the place that you are at that she has been to.
So your argument that she would be able to edit a character's origin who is in a space transcendent to him is that she would just transcend her own tier? That she was
Essentially.
Okay, so then it would put your character out of tier?
Not necessarily. Do you understand what I mean by transcending and going into?
Okay, so do
you
not
understand?
think that, like, say, transcending things on transcending.
What would she be transcending?
Makes you stronger. No, I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you, what would she be transcending if she was going into, quote unquote, a hypothetical place called nothing? Which is why I asked that. I think it'd be better if you just understand what exactly I'm saying by sending my character.
Was I incorrect in hearing you earlier when you said that she can go into places that like are transcendent to her?
Yes.
And thus she's changing her scale. So you're saying
I never said she's changing her scaling. That's something that you simply caught on by your own ear.
Well, no, and then I asked you, like, so then she's like transcending, like she just raised her tiering, and then you said, well, yeah.
Who said transcending? When I said raising her tiering, I mean tierical place. Maybe I just confused exactly what you meant by transcend and tiering. If you're referring to her transcending her own character, as in being like from universal going, for example, this is just hypothetical, going from universal to outerversal, no. I just think my character can go to places, and that it's this ability of hers that allows her to go to places that are naturally transcendent of herself.
Okay, so then could you show that she could edit reality on a character that is in a place transcendent to her?
I think that this is an ability that's not specified of the limit, and I'll specify that in a second. But first, would you like me to prove that my character can go to places higher, or are you fine with that?
Hold on. So do you? Well, hold on.
We're holding.
I'm not gonna sit here and just agree or anything like that, because again, my question to you is asking, like, does the ability work in a space transcendent to her?
And we'll get to that, but first, that's not my initial
Hold on,
point.
That's really relevant because if
Yeah,
if it
that,
cannot,
you can say
hold
it's
on, so
irrelevant,
if it
but so I'm
cannot,
assuming you
you're
don't
saying
want me
that
to
you
get
can
proof for the
enter a
initial
place
scan.
transcendent to her without changing your scaling does
Okay,
nothing to
I'll take it as
actually
that.
help her in a versus battle. So even if you
Mm.
say that, no, I'm not agreeing. I'm saying even if you do
Okay,
say
so I'm
that, and I
asking
do
you.
agree
You
with
can
that.
use your
just wants
words.
to-
Would you like
Archie
me to
just
say
wants to
saying
specifically?
steel man
it's
it.
not relevant to what I'm saying. I'm
I
saying
know
that
he's
Hold on.
steel manning, but I want him to say that specifically for clarification. Like you're steel manning,
yeah.
right?
So anyways, even if we
That
say
doesn't
that,
address.
then
Okay,
I don't care if you want like something explicitly stated for you
that's
because
fine. So I'll just
I
send my
know
own
that you're
scans.
capable of
You can
understanding
rant while I
subtextual
send
nuance
these.
as well as contextual stuff. So and it's not ranting. It's a very pertinent point because if you
Not
cannot
at all.
prove that her ability can work in a place transcendent to her, then at that point,
Mm,
what we're left with is she can enter the
right.
back channel, but then
Mm,
that ability doesn't work in a space like that.
that's fine. You can think that. So essentially, I'll send this scan
prove it.
right here. There you go. I'll start off with this, and then I'll start off with this, and then I'll go off with this. So these are the initial scans proving my initial point and referencing her quite literally being within this place. And as far as whether her ability can work in places that she can quote unquote not go, that's completely fine. I'll show you that in a second.
That's not what I was asking you to prove. I was asking
That's
like,
fine. You were asking me to prove whether you're my character or whether my ability would be able to be used within the place that you're at. That is exactly where you're asking, Demi.
No, I said in a place that is transcendent to her.
Which is the place that your character is, no?
So again, that's a very specific claim. You'd have to show me.
No, that's a specific question in the place
well,
that
no,
your character is, no?
It's a very specific claim, and then on top of that,
It's a
there's very specific
question in the
that I
place
put
that your
upon you.
character is,
What
no?
you're doing here is you're attempting to
What I'm
distract from
doing
the
here
actual
is I'm trying to ask you whether that's your claim. Because initially, the whole thing that you stated, Demi, and this is specifically what you said verbatim, I'm not sure why you're trying to change your wording now, is that you asked me to fulfill the burden that my character would be able to use an ability in a place that's higher in a transcendent level of hers, reference to your character being in a place that's transcendent of her as well, since we guys are at equal stats. Because your whole initial point, if you don't recall, Demi, was that my character simply won't be able to cross into your place because there's a place that scales higher than your character, and we're both on equal stats. So I showed proof and substantiation of my character that you still have not addressed it, being able to go a place that is simply transcendent of her. And your next claim and your next question to put in the claim was this: whether my character and my ability of copying and pasting, which I have not fulfilled yet, but I will fulfill in a second, whether that is capable of being able to be used in a place that's higher than her in reference to your world, which would be the superior world or the white hole.
So you're saying
Yes
that
or
she's
no?
like, so you're saying that like her, do you think when you're saying she's
I
like
never
going to
said
places
anything.
that
I'm
she
asking a
hold on, no, I'm
question,
asking.
Demi.
Hold on, and I'm asking.
You
Hold
can't
on, I'm
answer a
asking.
question with a
I'm asking you
question.
something.
Do you not
Hold on,
understand
no,
that's
and
how
I'm
it
asking
works?
you something because I don't think this is
That's
relevant at all. And
fine.
I'm
I
trying
just
to
want
ask you a
answer
very
until you
relevant
answer my
question.
question. I'm not sure what you're trying to achieve here.
Well, no, I'm putting a question. I'm putting in a question something
Yeah,
that you said because you
I
said
just
a
put
whole
in the
bunch of.
question
Hold on,
that you
'cause
said as well.
you said like 50 million things, and then you just said that, so I can
That's
sit here and
cool. You can
respond
ask
to it
me
or
what
something.
specific
Like,
thing I went
but
through.
then okay, so
Mm.
you're just gonna cut me off every time I talk, but then bitch and moan
You can
whenever I
think
do the
that.
same
I
thing
mean,
to you.
bitch, you just had a man tantrum when I was beating you on stage.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. It definitely didn't sound like you were beating me. I don't think that anyone genuinely
Fuck.
believes that.
I've
And
never
I'm
seen a
saying that you were turning
24-year-old
around and
genuinely get
bitching and moaning.
angry
I even came
and
back
try
and
to
decided to put up
grunt
with
in
it,
order
and
to
then you turn
withhold the
around and like
urges of
start bitching
cursing
and
out a
moaning whenever
17-year-old
someone cuts
boy.
you off, and then you turn
What
around
the
and do
fuck
the
are you
same thing
ranting
back.
about, you
You're actually like
I'm
a
not going to say
manipulative
that because we're
hypocrite when
cool.
it comes to
But
debates
be honest with
specifically. Like,
yourself
I
for
don't
a
know
second,
what's up
dude.
with you when it comes to debates. Like you turn
That's
into a
fine. You
manipulative
don't have
hypocrite.
to understand what's up. You're the only one taking it there. Now I'm asking
I
you,
mean,
Demi, for
no, I'm
clarification.
saying
Is
that you were
that what you're
sitting here
saying
and
my
trying to
character has to
complain
do?
and sit here and get angry with me and raise your voice at me
You can
for
try
cutting you
to,
off,
but
but
you
then you
just
do the same
screamed at
thing
me
back to
on
me
stage,
the
did you not?
entire fucking debate. And I'm saying that you're
That's
bitching and
fine.
moaning about it. You were
That's
bitching and
fine.
moaning
You were
about getting
just
cut off,
bitching
and
and
then you do
moaning
the
and
same thing,
whining
and
on
you're doing the
stage.
same thing
So much
right
the
now.
fact that you
You
rage
can't
quit from
stop
the
doing
debate
it.
had to
For
go into
5
a
seconds, you're
private
going to save
VC
your
with
life. You're attempting
Sakazuki
to
just for him
derail
to
from the
calm
debate, and I
down
see
your
the
back and
strategy now,
massage your
and I'm
back
just
just
getting
so
so
you can get
annoyed that
calm,
I'm not
telling you the
seeing it
sun's
through.
getting low so you can revert from your
Alrighty, that was a great packing session, guys. But we're gonna get back to the debate. So, Demi, what I want to happen right now, right? The burden on Archie right now is currently to prove that this character, Elaine Belloc, can go to a dimension higher than hers. But Demi said he doesn't care about that. He cares more, right, about the whether or not if she goes to a dimension higher than hers, will this ability still work? So Archie, can you just go ahead and prove that? And can we move on instead of just yelling at each other back and forth? Just remember, we're all friends here. It's not that deep. All right. Now.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. Let me get clarification for this. Send these two.
Did anyone get scratched in that pack off? Do I need to get a Lightning McQueen band-aid for one of you?
Lightning McQueen? No, I'm not beefing with anyone. That's what you think.
This is
No,
actually crazy.
I said, did anyone get scratched in the like it was like a battle on the playground? That's the analogy I was giving.
Okay.
Like, does anyone need a Lightning McQueen band-aid?
No, Archie would be the final boss to the playground, though.
you
For real.
Yeah, let's see. I'll probably get this as well. Sorry if it takes a bit long. I'm looking for something specifically. Mm. Mm.
Oh, also.
Yeah, this shit is ass.
Here, I'm just posting a scan. Don't worry about it. It's a point that I'm going to bring up after.
Gotcha.
I just want y'all to know that I'm gonna have to walk to an org meeting in like
Oh, no
5 minutes.
Shut
Big
up, boy.
business, Sakazuki.
Phoenix,
Big business.
but
Give your little
Demi and
briefcase.
Archie, I can keep listening, right? And I'll keep once again. I'm just immediate, so if like I miss anything, you guys will have Sasuke who'll go over rec. But I'll keep listening, but I can't necessarily mic up. And the moderation, I also won't be able to do because I'll be on my phone. So just try to keep it cordial because I really can't do shit in terms of
Yep.
moderation in like
Sounds
5
good.
minutes. Okay.
And no more squabbles on the playground, or I'm gonna take away your juice boxes. I swear.
Oh, we're trying not to, man.
I'm like Capri Sun, nigga. No.
Try.
Who does bro think he is, bro?
Man, we
Think
gonna
he
get a
the
hug for
teacher?
us?
Listen,
We're gonna
I
have
like
those
this
hug
little
drinks, those tub drinks. Oh, yeah. Let's- Mm. Oh, okay. There's the issue. Let me read through this.
Oh, this motherfucker just sent like 30 fucking scans.
What?
I just
30,
checked the
30
VC
scans, fire. 30 scans, fire.
1,
Fire.
2, 3, 40, 30. There you go.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I just counted them. I don't know why you're telling me like I didn't count them.
Right. Teleported, and that's in chapter 73. Gotcha.
Oh no, is this the? Oh god, I know.
This shit is so booty. This shit is so ass.
Leave.
This shit is so booty. My gosh.
Leave.
Damn, do you know there's a button that says you can leave the VC? And there's also a
Nah.
button that says to mute to where we don't have to hear your voice. Are you
Yeah,
not aware of
shut
that?
up, nigga. This shit is ass.
You said shut up? Yeah, I got you. I'll do you a favor then. You can go head to Astro World and you can go head there for an hour. You know? Yeah, you can skedaddle. Back to what I was saying though. What were they looking for? Oh yeah. Orbiter of a space. I need that
powerful.
scan too. Rivaled Michael. Cool.
What's happening?
Oh, I'm just getting scans. There's a lot of scans. That's why I gotta do this.
Wait, Archie, what are you debating?
I'm debating Demi on
Oh shit.
some character versus my character. I'm taking Elaine Belloc. He's taking some character who likes fish.
Understandable.
It's not a fisherman though. Extended her. Perfect. Okay. They're gonna be sending. Demi, how old are you? He's like 80, dude.
I mean, he's 93. Did you forget his birthday was last week? Golly.
Ah, fuck. Just add like what, 13 years each year? Went from 80 to 93.
You know how I count? I counted earlier. Okay, it's consistent.
Then the bridge scan, and how many scans is this? So I don't get. All right, I'll send these, and then let me send the rest. I don't. I'm just getting multiple instances of her like.
Gonna be honest, on the point of her like entering places that she like is transcended by, I'm not even sure that's the case.
That's fine. There's like plenty. I'm talking one of the most directly stated abilities of her. If you don't mind that one, I'll just send the rest. But what do you have a problem with on that one? If you're going back to that one?
So my thing was
Yep.
my thing was this scan where it says I have to grab their speed gradually, and this is her grabbing all of reality. My mind still bound by laws my body has forgotten. So her physical stats are just at this level. Her body is not bound by the same thing. She's just remembering that she has the ability to do that.
Pardon? Say that again?
Based off of this say what again? What part?
Wait. I think you misread. Did you just say her body is still bound by natural law?
No, her mind. Said mind.
Interesting.
I didn't say natural law.
So did you read like the rest of the scan or the second scan and the third?
Out of the one that you just sent, I didn't read those just yet. I'm talking about the one that I sent earlier.
Yeah.
Under the copy paste thing. That's the one I was talking about, and so that's why I am skeptical of the idea that she didn't already scale to the place that she was going to, because she says my mind's still bound by.
Yeah, so it says the journey on for so long that I passed through exhaustion into a gray space beyond. My name and purpose slipped from me. Now, are you aware that Elaine is omniscient?
Hold on, wait. It says the journey so long that I passed through exhaustion into a gray space beyond.
That part's relevant, but not too relevant. I'm just referring to her kind of going through a path. You can ignore that one if you want. You can take my word or not.
I'm looking at it, and so what are you getting at with this?
Yeah, I just said you don't have to take my word for it. Are you aware that Elaine is omniscient?
No. I'm saying, what is the point of this scan?
Yeah, I just said you don't have to take my word for it. It doesn't even matter. Oh, the scan in itself?
No,
Below,
like,
right
yeah.
here.
What was the claim that you
Where
were?
it says, no, the claim my guy.
No, again, I think
You
you
don't
might
have
be
to take
cutting
my
out
word
on
for
my end. Okay. Take your word for
Cool.
what? That's what I'm asking. Like,
For the journey thing, you were reading from it. It's because I was just reading from it. I was gonna make a point, but I realized it didn't matter. Now, as I was saying, are you aware that Elaine is omniscient?
is she? I don't know.
Is she? That's fine. You can look right here. I sent her right here in the world to where she looks like she's like, you know, in a weird void with tears coming out of her eyes, semen tears. It gets weird. But basically, she basically states, on Earth, the processes of life resume. Flowers grow and rain falls and people live and die. The entire system maintained and guaranteed by a single will, mind, in a room, in a house, in Antwerp, say, or Cape Town, or New York, a child wakes from sleep crying, the tear coursing down her cheek like a miniature world, profound and crystalline and perfect. I am lost in it. I think this is implicative of this, but this isn't the only piece of evidence. Here you go. I forgot there's a literal direct statement. It's crazy. Fucking crazy, dude. One of the most direct characters in DC. We can see in the scan that's about to previously send, it says that I'm also omniscient. So all the stuff people say that you don't want to know, well, I know it. I'm omnipresent, which is super distracting. Let me tell you, not to mention I'm omnipotent. Or sorry, she says omnipresent previously. And she says right here, I'm omnipotent, which terrifies me and should terrify you too, if you got any sense. What I'm not, though, is sure what I'm supposed to do with all this power. And clearly, you know, you might put into question what she means by I'm not sure. So to that, I have another skin for you. Would you like that, or you want to?
So what's
I don't
the
know. I'm kind of assuming.
point? You know, what's the point here?
The point is that you're saying that her mind is bound to it, but I'm saying this is a process that is soon transcended upon. This is just a previous statement in her during her initial scan. This is within chapter 69, to where she's just first granted the mantle of God. Would you like scans for this?
No, you cut out the entire time on my thing.
I didn't cut out at all.
No,
but
I said on my end, it's like a little robot. Let me reconnect.
That's fine. So right here, she states essentially.
He just
that,
wait, Archie. He just said he's gonna reconnect.
He said he's gonna reconnect.
Okay.
He's gonna reconnect.
Dang, for real? Are you serious? I think he said he's gonna reconnect.
I was the first one to say it.
Bitch, I'm smoking. I'm about to go to sleep. Please, bro. Please. This shit low-key horrible for both sides. C, you're not touching either of us. You retard. What are you talking about? What are you even ranting about?
Upload an
Let me unmute
analysis?
you. Hold on, let me unmute you. What are you talking about, C? Unmute. What are you genuinely even referring to? You suck. I'm 3-0 on you, and Demi beat the fuck out of you on whether his judgment was right. He didn't even have to defend it. He chose to go out of his way to beat you on a judgment that he didn't have to defend. And you still somehow beat. 3-0 can't even name any wins. I beat you one time. Bro. That's fine. Actually, I'll send all the recordings. And the judgments. Moron. That's fine. Completely fine.
Okay, Archie, can we be honest? Like, can she even beat, like, Demi's other son, Plutus? Like, let's be honest. Like,
can C, bro, C, I don't think C
is she beating Plutus? I don't think so.
All right, but hold on. So I'm back. What's up?
Oh, just C being a moron and me telling him like both of us have already bitched him. There's nothing he could say about either or.
It's just
so moronic,
bro. You'll keep quibbling.
Yo, he immediately hold on. He immediately just put into question whether he said he was better than you as soon as you come back. What type of dicky, bro? What type of dicky is this, bro? Yo, that's hilarious, bro. Please leave and go to sleep, C. Now, anyways, would you like me to re-clarify? Because I didn't hear at first, but you said you had to go and restate your shit or some shit. I don't know.
No, I had to reconnect because I couldn't hear what you were saying. The first thing about that one scan, because it was really robot-y on my end.
So which scan are you referring to? Actually, I'll just rephrase again. Essentially, basically in the initial scan right here, which we see that Elaine Belloc is within a world of her own, basically observing, it states that on Earth, the processes of life resume, flowers, rain falls, and people live and die. The entire system maintained and guaranteed by a single will. Mine in a room in a house that is, in Antwerp, say, or Cape Town or New York, a child wakes from sleep crying, tearing, coursing down her cheek like a miniature world, profound, crystalline, and clear. I am lost within it. This is implicative of her omniscience. And in the second scan right here, we see a direct statement to where she says, so I've been mudding along in my own since Lucifer left, trying to be a new kind of God, no commandments, no sacrifices, no fires, no floods, a lot of just hand ringing, whatever the fuck she says. I'm also omniscient, so all the stuff people say you don't want to know, well, I know it. I'm omnipresent, which means it's a super distracting thing, let me tell you. Not to mention I'm omnipotent, which terrifies me and should terrify you too if you've got any sons. So this is just in reference to her omniscience, of course. And we have another statement, which I'll send in a second. It's basically, just reaffirming this. Let me get this for you. And I believe the last thing you said was that you put into question why I'm sending this. The reason why is because in the initial statement that you claimed, which you were holding on to, my mind is still bound by the laws my body has forgotten. So I'm explaining to you that omniscience within the definitional sense, which would be knowing everything. There wouldn't necessarily be anything that you're bound by knowledge-wise. Her mind is understanding of it all. And we see that this is a moment in time to where she isn't as progressed because this is the first moment that she's taken up the mantle of God. That was a lot of claims, so you can take it back and back or just start scanning.
Just so that I'm just going to ask a couple of questions just so I can make sure I'm understanding your
Go for it.
Your line here. So you're saying that this statement was, when she first got the powers of God, and so she didn't really understand exactly the full reaching of the power, which is why she was saying her mind was still bound by it, even though she still has the same power, right?
Somewhat. I'll just send the scan for you. Hold on.
Oh, so you were saying that she got the power. She's already omniscient. She's just realizing.
Not necessarily.
And everything means okay.
Nope. But
she's
I'll
not omniscient, so she
is omniscient. That's not what I said. You're just
no. I'm asking. I'm asking. I'm just asking about
what I'm saying specifically is that within this scan, she had just taken up the mantle of God. What I mean by taking up the mantle of God or the presence is that the presence had just bestowed her abilities, but they hadn't fully been granted yet. Think of it as a test trial, but it'll be clarified within the scan. I'll send it in a second.
So when she's flying across, would you say she's realizing it, it's not it started off at level 1 and it's slowly going to her max level or something like that?
More or so a test, if that makes sense. I'll explain that in a second. Hold on, let me get these scans for you first. Here. And then it's really essentially already kind of stated within the initial scans that I sent, but I'll send them again. Hold on.
So the test is omnipotence? Is that what the scan is saying?
Yeah, I already clarified what it means, but I'll send it in a second. Hold on.
Okay, well, okay, let me just, because I'm not trying to. I'm not making an argument or trying to make a counter argument. I'm just trying to understand the character scaling and the actual character.
It doesn't matter about my character scaling. We scale the same place.
Okay, hold on. That's not what I mean by that. Anyways,
go ahead. What do you mean then?
That's what I was trying to say. If you didn't cut me off. Hold on. Let me see what you're posting.
Yeah, it'll probably answer most of your questions. You can continue to ask them. And then I'll send the test trial one. Second. Bro, I'm about to time Envy out, bro. Hold on. Bro, Envy, are you a retard or can you not see that there's a big debate where we're sending scans? Go to the other channel, my dude. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Honestly, come on, dude. Let me get this one. There we go. And then, so essentially, right? This is more or so. Yeah. It was more or so basically that what's it called? When she was granted this mantle, as stated within here. Wait, hold on. Actually, I'm forgetting it again. But you can read the first one that I sent. This is essentially her, or the presence, which is that old guy with the white mustache. That kind of looks like the Monopoly guy. He's essentially explaining and stating that, hey, she's taken up this mantle. It states so. Elaine made a good start. I'd say so. She put right the mess you left her with. I thought she showed promise. It's no easy task, though omnipotence is a great burden, and eternity is a very long time. A plea, understanding, Father. That's grotesque. Like body, you've chosen to press it up. When purging, when nothing, enjoy. I'd like to tell you a story, if you allow me, when you already know. And then it goes into kind of this time loop of Elaine, where we see she's demonstrated back, has a child. And that part doesn't really matter. If you want me to prove that for whatever reason, I can. But just for clarification on the end part.
I'm just questioning on the timeline of events here. So
Sure.
She gets, he chooses her to be to have this trial or whatever, and that's the one where it's that whole council, her standing with Lucifer, that's around that same time where he's talking with Lucifer, saying, well, she shows promise, right?
What are you talking about? Are you asking where that scan is demonstrated?
Hold on, I'm saying that last scan that's around the same time as the one that you posted where the presence is talking with Lucifer.
No, it's not. It's afterwards.
Oh, it's after. So that last scan is afterwards. Okay. And so then that scan where the presence is talking with him, does that one come before the whole sequence of her opening the void up with the other people?
Chronologically, it's kind of weird because within that world, everything has already happened. The presence, it's weird. This world right here is outside of space and time. It's known as the void. I don't know if you're familiar with the DC's void. It's kind of a big subject in it.
It's like the overvoid, isn't it?
Well, I guess you can consider it. It's kind of a world where it's defined as nothingness, right? A world that it's outside of the fictional setting. I don't want to get too much into this because this doesn't really have anything to do with my character. And you wanted to get to a point of that we wouldn't narratively transcend, but it's more so just saying that this character within the void, time, it's not really a place here. It didn't happen before or after. It's just there,
I mean, in the run, even with 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 there's no actual time or something, we can see in the story. I'm saying in the story,
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the panels, what happened before and after? This is at the end of, I believe, issue 69. So it'd be after, technically, but it's not necessarily chronologically within the fiction after. It's just the final page of the comic.
Okay, when I say I don't necessarily mean I guess in this case, since we are talking about something atemporal, I just mostly mean causally. This happens, this event happens, because we know that even regardless of a linear flow of time, causal events could be contingent on another. Just logically speaking, that's fine. We still have causality and things that are causally dependent. So I mean that's what I say when I mean before, in a causal sense, not necessarily temporal, since she's this beyond temporal being or whatever. But just so that I'm clear, this void, this is that's the same place where Animal Man brings people, right?
Depends what you mean, because there's technically two places within the overvoid. It gets into a lot. The cosmology is weird, but to address what you're saying with this, causally, what's it called? What are you talking about?
Gives her the power.
Within this instance, this is happening. While this is happening, everything has already happened. If that makes sense. Obviously, not to Lucifer's knowledge. This is just a place that they're allowed to go to, which kind of correlates actually with my previous scan back here. But we'll get into that in a second. But for further more clarification, the presence is the This world is essentially what the presence is, but this is his physical manifestation. There's a true form, and then there's just, which I'm pretty sure you're familiar with, or there's this form. This form is in almost a representation of what he chooses to represent as. And this world around him is also technically what he is. It's kind of like outside of the narrative, if that makes sense. This world and this place known as the Overvoid, everything is encapsulated within this. Everything that has happened has already happened to the Overvoid. The Overvoid is completely separate from the functioning timelines or multiverses and really the whole DC cosmology. Are you aware of what the DC map looks like?
Yeah, no, I'm aware. So
Right.
then, and so like the Overvoid you're saying is the presence, right?
You can technically say that
Like
because there's
it's
also
just like
the
its
evil
true
presence.
form. Okay, so
It's
so
tricky.
yeah, so it's so yes, but there's more, but there's extra stuff that can be there. Okay, that's kind of what I gathered from what you said. So then, and like causally speaking, she was like given the power of the presence, so she was able to just unravel everything with them. Correct?
What do you mean unravel?
I mean, at least at least like that's just the physical what it looks like to me. It
What are you
looks like
what
they're
are you
just
talking about when you say
unraveling
unravel?
where she's grabbing like I don't know, it looks like the fucking comic panel, and then she's just folding the Overvoid over. Like she had the power of the presence that he gave, or like whatever power he gave her at that point, right? It looks like they're just unraveling fucking the comic, bro. Like I don't know what else to explain
I'm
it
gonna.
as.
I get what you mean. You're referring to, look at my stream. You're referring to this part, like in the beginning part, to where she's
I'm
flying
gonna
over
be
physical
honest, I don't
spaces and she's pulling that. It's
I
referred
don't
to.
want to.
She's hauling a blanket of light. That's what it's referred to. I'm not sure if you want to list it as the Overvoid in itself, because technically, she never really grabbed it. She more of just teleported to it. But I'll show you how it works. Here, you see this right here?
Oh, hold
The
on.
scan
Again,
to where
I
it
don't
says
want
she's-
to. I don't want to fuck
Mhm.
with the stream just because it's gonna make my phone start lagging again.
Makes sense. Here, just look in chat. You see this right here where it says she's hauling a blanket of light? Basically, it's described as like in this is just kind of the demonstration of how the author says that it looks like. But in reality, it's actually just, well, not in reality, but in the reality of the comic in itself, it's just referred to as a teleportation. Those are a lot of words. Teleportation within a singular instance. So here, I'll show you.
Okay, and then she had like the power the presence gave her at this point, right? Like she already had it.
Not all of it that he technically gave her, but it was more
So,
like
like,
a dabble. Like I wouldn't say like the presence was still existing within this moment, as we can see here. Because remember, she became God, but right now she was just given the mantle.
So
The
what does that
moment of
mean?
becoming
given the
God is what we're seeing right here.
Hold on, what is
The
given the
omniscience.
mantle? Yeah, no, with the apotheosis again. Yeah. What does
Right.
becoming the mantle mean? Like or taking the
Become the
mantle?
mantle? That means essentially she took up the mantle of God. I mean, what does a mantle mean?
That's what I'm asking you. Like what does that even mean? You just repeated the same thing back.
Well, was mantle specifically stay in the scan? No, I'm just referring to what we define as a mantle. You can define that as a mantle. You can say she took up the title. You can say she took up the authoritative, role of her or of him or of it, wherever you call the presence. It was more or so just the authority, given the authority, the presence essentially. That's what you can
And
think
she
of
was
that.
given and she was given some power, causally speaking, before this event happened.
You can say
right?
causally if that's what you want to define it as personally to you, but
Like I said,
yeah,
well, no, I'm
what
asking.
C
No,
said,
I'm asking you.
literally
That's
in
why I'm
VC
trying to
scan,
get
it's
an
just a
understanding
title
of
diff.
you. Because I'm not asking what I'm saying or like whatever I interpret it. I'm asking what you are saying that it is. Like that's why I'm asking these questions. Like
What are you talking about, Demi?
this nigga.
Yeah.
Like, dude, are you confused on what I mean by mantle? What are you talking about?
That's not what I was just asking.
So what were you asking? You can use the words.
Yeah, I did, but apparently you're really
And
dedicated.
apparently
to
it wasn't
trying
loud
to annoy
enough
me.
because again, you're on phone.
Apparently you're dedicated
It
to trying to
ruffles.
annoy me today.
And
That's fine,
clearly you're
though.
dedicated and
My
not
bad.
answering. What did you just ask? Your
No.
phone was muffled.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason I'm asking any of these questions is not what I'm trying to claim. I'm asking you about this. So like, I'm just trying to understand. You were because when I asked like causally, like he gave her the power.
What do you think my
and
claim
that's
is,
why she was
Demi?
able to do that. Are you just not going to answer my question now?
You just said you weren't doing anything. You're confused to what my claim was. So I'm asking you, what is my claim? What do you think my claim is? Because if you say something wrong, obviously I'll clarify, and then
Hold on. Even
we can go
under
from
what
there.
you just said, if I don't know the claim and I'm confused to it, why would I like?
Why would you
I even
ask
know what
me
the claim
about
is.
what it is? Exactly. I'm asking
Hold on,
you, are you confused? Like, what do you think my claim is?
Dog.
Dog.
Just
What do you
answer my
think my claim
question.
is?
Can you just answer my question?
My guy. My
Can you
guy.
answer my question? Because I mean,
What are
like
you talking about?
you were criticizing me and
Do you
making little jabs for
understand
not
what?
answering your question.
Okay, I'm just gonna re-clarify. The whole point of me sending these scans
Hold on, no,
are
that's
just
not necessary. Hold on,
references
that's not necessary.
of why
Hold on,
she's
that's not
omnipotent.
necessary.
That's the
I had a
whole
very
thing that we went
specific.
into.
Hold on,
Because the whole thing
not,
you
hold on, wait,
initially claimed
not
was that her
necessary.
mind was still
That's okay.
bound
So
by the
we're gonna go to
laws
the
that her
fucking
body
spot.
had forgotten. That was what you're saying. So if you're gonna say that's the case, then I'm gonna say, well, this was a moment in time to where she was given what's known as the mantle of God. That's the difference. I'm outlining different periods, which is exactly why I sent these scans, demonstrating why exactly that she is, she's known as someone that's omnipotent. Now, if this is the case
so
that she is omnipotent, then that means a point
cool.
in time that she
followed that
happened to
much. You don't need
be,
to continue wasting your
given the
fucking
mantle of God, and there was a point in time to where she actually was,
Oh
which
my
is where she
God.
became omnipotent, omnipresent, and omnipotent. Yeah, I'm talking a lot. It's because you didn't understand the first round that I said it. Now, we see right here, clearly, so Elaine Belloc was made a good start. Do you understand what that means? Anyways, so basically, now that we've seen the 24-year-old have a pedantic attack of laugh, now do you understand what this means from now on?
What pedantic means, if you'd like, but that's not what pedantic.
Do you know what pedantic means?
Yeah,
I hope so.
I'm very aware. I'm very aware.
So what does pedantic mean?
It's not laughing, I'll tell you that much.
Hypocritical.
But anyway,
It's not.
But anyway, this isn't relevant to the debate, anyways.
I'm curious. What does pedantic mean?
So that's cool. You can satisfy your curiosity with Google. I don't care because it's not relevant to the debate. So
you know what it's known as, right?
So then whenever again,
it's known as little things that a person does in order to make someone, appear ignorant or an insulting term.
So you're gonna cut me off with something irrelevant.
You know what I mean? I mean, if it was irrelevant, then you didn't have to respond. So can you respond to my point now?
No, hold on. Like I said, I'm asking.
No. Oh, so since we're putting on, then I'll go back to it. So what exactly did I use the wrong use of pedantic?
And then you're just not.
So what exactly? What exactly did I do? Look at what C just said. What did C just write? What did C just write? You can say it's inconclusive. That's fine. If you leave, I do not care.
If you're gonna continuously
because you've already wasted my time initially.
Happen as earlier.
Okay, Demi, do you understand? That's fine. You can turn my volume down because that does not matter. That's a C tactic. Do you think I understand about
and then it'll just turn into the same thing over and over again. You trying to loud mic. So like, if you just want to make noise into the VC, I can do that too. I can grab my guitar and plug in my amp. It'll be louder than your voice. But I don't think that would be entertaining for anybody at this point. So if we can just, when I turn my volume back up, if I'm just going to continue with my point and we can continue to be cordial, or you can just continue to spurg and say a whole bunch of just stuff into your mic. So I'm going to turn it back up in 5 seconds, and yeah, we'll continue with the claim that I was trying to make, as opposed to trying to get dragged down these like red herrings. All right, so I'm just going to turn it back up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so I got my I turned. Okay, so he's still talking the entire time.
Guys, no more. I'm taking the juice boxes. I'm taking them away.
Okay. Current Demi and current Archie above because we're better than both of them. Now listen, we can be cordial. That's fine. So let's go back to initially what I was asking before he attempted,
So
for whatever
he was
reason,
talking the whole
to
time,
cut
so
me
I'm
off
gonna
with
turn
his
this
mobile
back
mic.
down and then
Right
just
now,
speak
this is
with
what I
what
was
I'm trying
previously
to argue
saying
again
because
you
I
cut me
told you,
off.
you asked me.
And you made a big point about it, and I'm going to hold you to your own word. And so I'm going to continue doing the same thing that I was doing before. And so the issue wasn't
Yeah, I
anything
got
like
you.
that. That
I
wasn't
got
even
you.
the question that
Here,
I had. You just decided to
here,
go off and try to ramble.
Apollo
and
can
lead me down
just
another
moderate since he
dialogue
has
streak,
owner
and I
if you
don't think
like
that
Sakazuki.
any of that
That's
is
fine.
particularly relevant.
Apollo, would
And
you
so
like to
I'll just go ahead
moderate?
and
Because
stop beating around the
clearly, yeah,
bush. The question
Sakazuki
that I
just
was
said you can moderate.
about to ask, which is exactly what I was doing right before you started cutting me off about like some pedantic shit and trying to just kind of bait the conversation into a spurg match. What I was saying was that essentially, if she is given some type of power to do this, I was essentially asking like, then how does this mean that she is interacting with or doing anything to a space transcendent to her if she was given this level of like power? You'd have to show that it's
Someone
like
stop
completely
them.
transcendent to her
Stop
in
them,
her
please.
entirety, especially because of that statement where it says the mind and not the body. And that was the whole thing that I was going off of. And you kept going off about the mind trying to say, well, she's omniscient. And if she's omniscient and omnipotent by the time that she started this, then she definitely isn't interacting with the space that she doesn't scale to. So whenever I unmute, I'm gonna just ask if you have any contention to what I was saying. And if you don't, then I'm just going to go ahead and just
For
take
some
this
reason.
as a concession.
You can continue if you want. Demi and okay, I got you. What's up?
It's kind of bugging. Hold
Yeah. You better respond.
interject and tell you guys who is supposed to be speaking, who is not supposed to be speaking. Okay, so we're just gonna like take turns. Okay, so Archie, you can go first, and Demi can go afterwards. But I don't expect any interruption from both debaters, even if you guys believe that one of you guys are mischaracterizing the other position. Is that cool with both of you guys?
Yeah, go with me.
I did not agree to this nigga sitting here moderating anything.
Well, clearly it's
wait. So it's funny because like that complaining. It's funny because they're complaining over Archie's Spurg and this being a Spurg fest. But then the only means of like this actually not being a Spurg fest is if we disagree on moderator. But then now you're complaining about the moderator. Like pick one. Like the struggle.
Not the fact that there is a moderator. It's just you in particular. I just don't want you in particular moderating.
I can
Well, I'm
moderate
actually well for one, I'm pretty competent moderator.
But I don't care. Hold on. I don't care. Any reason
I
that you
don't care
bring.
about what you
Any
like
reason
me,
that you
what you have a
bring.
personal bias against
Any
me.
reason that you
And
bring, I
if
do
you
not
like
care.
get onto the Spurg
Any
fest,
reason that you
I can
bring,
just
I
bitch
do
like
not
Archie
care.
was bitching a while
I
ago.
do not care
Because
if you
Archie was
think that
bitching the whole
you're
time. I was
competent
gonna
for
say
any of that or
it's
any of the
it's
entire
fine. To be
time.
honest,
So
they
so
said.
you can just sit here and
Wait,
just
hold on,
keep
Apollo.
fucking like
Hey, basically
screaming
said.
into the mic.
Wait,
I don't
chill for a
want
second.
you here. You're not.
Wait,
allowed to.
Apollo, hold on. I was gonna say he said, what's it called? Sasuke can just moderate, so it's fine.
Hi guys, I'm back to
What's
the
up?
playground, and I see one of you scratched each other on the knee. I need you guys to stop it. We play fair here. Okay, now you guys go back. I'm going to listen. I'm gonna watch. Smoke my cigarette on the swing set. If I see one single scratch, you're in trouble. Okay.
Bro, you're gonna take
Okay.
me to Capri Suns?
I'll take both of them, and I won't take you to the movie.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up, bro. But I got you. Wow, C's just ranting in chat. He's real angry. That's sad. Anyways, so I'll explain what I was previously saying. Right, the initial claim and the initial reason, the whole point, why I even did this. And track with me here. It's very, very simple. I promise. Right here, this is the thing that you put. What was that? Oh, okay. Back to what I was saying. Pardon? Oh, okay. Back to what I was saying. Clearly. So right here, we see right here. It says I have to still bound by the laws my body has forgotten. So this is saying that her mind is still wrapped and still under the comprehension of this world's laws. Wow. Her body is outside of the comprehension of these worldly laws, which I assume and take it to be that you're thinking these are what? Nomological laws, whatever you may take it to be. You haven't clarified for whatever reason. That's what I take it. That means her body or her mind, there is something that she doesn't know. She doesn't understand. It's foreign to her. So I give numerous explanations, an entire preponderance of evidence as to why this is the case. My first scan, it states right here, Well, we're finished here. The last immortals are gone. I've cast out my mind, clear across those mountains. There's nothing there. This is an example of her understanding what exactly is in front of her without her even being there, which you can argue that this is just some type of sensory ability, right? So we go forth to this, to where she states, but things won't be the same as before because you're not where you think you are. We open 2 gates, open them more enough to drop both Yammer's cosmos or Yahweh's cosmos in reference to the presence and Lucifer's into my cosmos. There's only one creation now where things used to be. And in this creation, it's not my father's name, it's hers. You're looking at your new god. This is in reference to Elaine Belloc. So we understand that there is a point in time to where she's no longer just being taken up the mantle, but that she's being stated to be the new god. And for clarification about what I mean by mantle, I'm talking about the initial authoritative figure, limited, of course, to just purely her body. This is what it's referencing when it says her body has forgotten, but her mind is still bound. Now, we also see in this right here, to indicate more of a progression, it says there's a lot of shouting, a lot of weeping, cheering, and cursing. I turned my back on it. So little effort, so little, my awareness slides out through my skin, expands to fill the space, which is now mine, which is now well be me. On Earth, the processes of life resume, flowers grow, rain falls, people live and die, the entire system maintained and guaranteed by a single will, mine. In a room, in a house, in Antwerp, Cape Town, New York, a child wakes from sleep crying, the tear chows down her tear and down her cheek. Like a miniature world, a profound, crystalline, and perfect. I'm lost in it. This is implicative, right? That she's omnipresent, right? There's no direct statement yet. So then we look to the next scan. We see right here, it says, nice work. Thank you. You've met my brother. He's kind. And she says, this is Remy, the angel who ruled well with Duma after Lucifer left. Right? Now, how did she know this? Did she guess? So now we see right here, and I'm not going to list these scans right here because, well, these are in reference to my previous point, but we'll get to that. We see right here, she directly states, in fact, also, I'm omniscient. So all the stuff that you people don't want to know, well, I know. I'm also omnipresent, which is super distracting, not to mention I'm omnipotent, which is terrifying and terrifies me and should terrify you too. Now this scan right here, right, these scans, these are in reference to her body, right, forgetting these laws, but her mind still being bound. We understand with omniscience, she knows everything. There's nothing her mind is bound to anymore as far as natural laws goes. She knows it all, right? Which means she understands concepts that normally she would not understand under a normative basis of her being just of a human, right? There are things she can process that people can't process, which is almost directly stated right here. Things you don't want to know, I know it. It's even more implicative that we see, a newer version of her being, this mantle of a god, because we directly see right here. So Elaine made a good start. I'd say so. She put right the mess. You left her. I thought she showed promise. It's no easy task. Though omnipotent is a great burden, and eternity is a very long time. Just from this speech right here, we see it's directly implicative that she's of this transcendence, right? To which we go down, right? We see right here, and this is proving and adding more supportive context to what he's stating right here and about the test trial. We see right here, I'm filled with terrible energy. Lucifer, what's happening to me? Where it narrates there's a great purpose. He responds with, Godhead, my advice, try wrath and try mercy. Try to find yourself somewhere in between. So we see right here, she states, and these are the scans after, in my wrath, this is during the trial, which you can call it, I pursue the child. She hides from me. In the heart of a star, in a heart of sand, into the Deleric's dream, she goes right here. And then she also states, in my mercy, I looked down on Christopher Rudd, being dead already. He's unable to die again. So Fenrir's fire eats at his body without ever consuming him. I send him on an errand, to which we see, it states, I see both sins. This is him, by the way. Both your death and after, they are great, almost beyond measure, but you have purged them. Whatever once were you, Christopher Rudd? You see this look back. We see his body look and shift. And look now. He's gone. He's no longer being tortured by the ever-longing flame. Now his soul is purged. He's clean. And we also see within this final scan, which I've sent again, which is referential of the previous one, but we see right here, Lucifer states below, and track with me, someone pays to be founder, the preserver, the arbiter, which is what I was referring to earlier, if you didn't notice, and I was deterred and damned by going to be me. So what's it, world? I think you'll be an improvement from the old regime. This is in reference to, look up here, them saying that it's a new God. So with all of this, and I'll re-clarify for you before you respond, these scans are all fulfilling the burden, supportive and direct scans, fulfilling the burden that her mind is no longer bound by the laws, just as much as her body is no longer. The scan up here was not supposed to be representative of the version I'm using, right? But it's more representative of her surpassing abstractions, which I'll get into later because that's not the direct point right now. You can respond. Good.
Okay, so which version are you using? The one from the end of this like storyline, right?
Pardon?
Using the one from the end of this storyline, right? That's the version, right?
What do you talk about end of the storyline?
Like the physical comics released, like the one that's like at the end of her trial, like the one that, you know, has all the power and the mantle.
Don't know what you're referring to.
Okay, then never mind. So just ignore that question then, I guess.
You can ask it again. I was just asking what you're referring to when you say like end of the story. I didn't fully hear you.
The comic run, like the
no, this is not the end of the storyline. This is merely chapter or issue 79, I think. Pardon?
I was asking the version. I'm asking, is the version that the one that you're using is from the end of her storyline, correct?
This is God, Elaine Belloc. I'll show you right here. You see this? This is God, Elaine Belloc.
And then with the scan where it was, you know, the mind being bound and things like that. So yeah,
this is
like
known
I
as,
didn't disagree that
no jokes, but this is known as the Demi urge, Elaine Belloc.
Yeah, so the just so I'm clear with what you were saying, is that in that scan where it said, you know, my mind bound by laws, like, you know, her body's not bound by whatever the laws end up meaning, like just the laws of like DC's reality, right?
Sakazuki said he had to go, but that's Sasuke. Well, if you're comfortable with this, he can take over and judge. Okay.
So yeah, that's what you were saying.
Oh yeah, Sasuke was already. My bad, I forgot.
But so you're saying that like her body already like surpassed those like during this was like when she had the mantle, not the full power, right? You were saying in that scan where it says my mind still bound by laws that my body had long forgotten.
I'm saying it states that her body is no longer bound.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I was asking. Yeah, her mind, like to whatever those laws are, we can just whatever you want to call them, nomologic, whatever. These are just the laws that govern like how DC works. Is that essentially what it is? Like, am I interpreting that right?
You might be.
I mean, is that what
I've already clarified like 3,000 times. But I mean, I'll clarify again because I did put you through torture last point with the 17 different explanation.
It's just a yes or no. That's all I'm asking.
Basically, the laws that it's described as when it refers to this, I take them to be the laws of DC's universe, which we do see some applicable laws of physics. I'm not going to say it's directly identical to the physics of this world, but we can see it's definitely implicative considering the fact that she's flying. We see that at first it states that she's flying over physical spaces. By the way, Sasuke, you can look at my stream to refer to what I'm referring to because I'm streaming this. It says, at first, I'm flying over purely physical spaces. Humans and centaurs both pass me or see me pass. I'm woven into the stories. The girl hauling a blanket of light across the sky. The gaps between worlds are rough going at first. So this is clearly,
so you
something transcendent.
Yes, that's what I was asking.
If that's what you're asking, sure. It's just for clarification. Go ahead, though.
Okay, yeah. No, I got the scan. That's just making sure. Just a verbal clarification, just for my own conscience. Yeah. So, and then she starts flying through these spaces, and it's like going upwards in like the DC cosmology, right? Just yes or no.
That's how you interpret it. I won't say yes or no specifically to that because there's a lot of nuance. Like I don't know what you mean by going up in the DC cosmology. I don't even think that's technically even possible anymore. My dude.
Okay, by up I mean like how you can go from like the regular universe to like the God sphere and like the source wall and shit like that.
I wouldn't say going up, but if that's how you interpret it, sure.
I mean, it's just a turn of phrase.
It's similar to what we were discussing earlier. You remember our discussion on the void?
Okay, so
it's just that she's just going to the void.
Yeah, so she's going. Okay, so what I'm asking is, she's going to things, like on a higher level, transcendental to just like New York City, right? That's
it could be.
Okay, it could be. So okay, so if it's not, then I'm not seeing this as strong evidence that she is going to places transcendent of her. But then if it is, then
what does that have to do with my point that I was making?
Huh? That was the root. That was the root of the argument. Hold on. Which point are you thinking that?
The point I just explained. If you didn't catch that.
Which point are you trying to get a response to?
The point I just explained. If you didn't catch that.
That she's like going up in the cosmology, and then like you just said, like
is that what I said?
Disagreed on like my wording, like my nigga. I'm just trying to. Okay, that's why I'm asking. That's why we ask questions. That's like you can keep sitting here and saying, "Is that why?" But that's I'm asking questions so that I can have.
I just explained within detail each of these scans, and I'll explain again.
I don't need you to go through
we see here, we are finished here. Last immortals are gone. I've cast my mind out.
Oh my God.
Sasuke, is it okay if you can please moderate because I don't want to ape and I'm trying to be respectful.
I'm moderating. Okay.
Thank you very much.
What are you about to do?
So we can. What am I about to? No, I'm just more of clarifying my point within a concise formula. But clearly he's not understanding that, so I'll ask for a moment to speak. He's over talking me again and spurging me. So is it okay if he can mute himself, because he's just at this point. Thank you very much.
Wait, give me 1 second. I'm gonna ask a question to you, Archie, real quick. What are you about to do? You're about to go into like an explanation. What part are you gonna explain? And then I would like to know if Demi understands what you're explaining. If you're just explaining to explain something he's already understood, then I don't know if it's worth it.
I got you. So essentially, he previously asked, if you didn't catch that he asked me my point, and I clarified. I said my point was the one I just clarified in reference to these scans, which I told him about. And I told him, what do you think my point was about? And he told me about the cosmology, which was couldn't be farther from my point. So I was just, rather than going through each and every scan, which I did previously, which is probably why he misinterpreted because he couldn't keep up. It was more so that I was explaining which individual scan is directly stating omnipotence, which if you can look at my stream is only this one, and then this one. I was just going to go through a quick, concise wrap up so then he can just move on with every refutation that he can have if he'd like.
Give me
Is
one
that cool?
second. I'm gonna ask Demi a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm gonna mute you unless you're gonna mute yourself, and that's fine.
I'll mute myself. It's
Get the
good.
question.
Okay, hi Demi.
Hold on, Archie. What do you think I'm putting into question?
Pardon? What are you talking about, Demi?
Okay. What do you want?
So main thing, I'm just gonna ask, what part are you having an issue with that's causing you guys to keep going back to this? Just please
Dog,
clarify.
because I don't know what's going on here. I'm asking like very specific yes or no questions about DC and shit, and then he just goes off and repeats the same argument.
He says,
Like, I don't know if he thinks that I don't know if he thinks that I'm holding contention to her being omnipotent or what. That's why I was trying to ask him, what do you think I'm like putting into question?
Clarify what you're contending. Actually, you just do that. That might be easier.
Oh, hold on. You know, the thing is, I tried, but then he just started going off about some other thing and said, well, that's not my argument. That's not my argument. I pretty much just showed like what everything was building to. And he was just like, but that's not a response to my claim. And then I'm asking, what claim do you want a response to? And then when I asked him, he's like, the same thing I repeated. And then I'm just like, okay, so what do you think I'm putting into question? He won't fucking answer it. Like,
it's okay. I'll explain because he clearly didn't hear my first one. It's okay. So basically, the previous, excuse me, I wasn't done speaking. But basically, within Scans chat, pardon?
Just a second, I'm gonna mute Demi real quick so you can continue.
Thank you very much.
You can go afterwards.
I don't know why. Yeah. So basically, as we can see here, my previous thing that I would like you to address is purely just my omniscience claim. The scans that I went through with this one, and then this one right here. You can mute him.
Okay. And I'm muting you so you can ask the question without you interjecting.
I'll mute
I don't
myself.
care
It's
if
okay.
like you're trying to control the flow so that you could try to get me to contest that. I wasn't even contesting. That wasn't what I was calling into question whatsoever. That wasn't. And then if you had actually like, hold on, I'm not done speaking. So then like if you'd listen to what I was asking you, you would see very specifically what I'm putting into question and why I've been asking all of these questions. And it hasn't been to question the omnipotence or to even go against that or the omniscience or the omnipresence. It hasn't been any of that. I haven't asked any questions about that. And nor have I even put any questions about the actual argument itself to support the idea that she is omniscient or omnipresent, any of that. No, the specific question that I had asked and that I was gaining to is if she already has this power, these laws that she is bound by, I'm just questioning then how is she going to a place that is transcendent to her? It's nothingness where there's no laws or anything. And that's why I asked you like the laws that make up DC. So you were saying that her body had already forgotten the laws that make up DC. That's cool. Her mind didn't. That's like for whatever reason, whatever contextual reason, it's cool. That's fine. What I'm seeing here is her mind is able to go to places which are transcendent of her mind, but I'm not seeing that for her body itself. What I said earlier when I was asking, like I said, yeah. So on the subject of her traveling to places transcendent to her, and that's why I brought up that scan in the first place. I explicitly said that.
It's okay. Clearly, you didn't track what I was saying, so I'll just explain again for you. We can see up here, Demi. Excuse me. What was that?
I'm gonna slip my fucking round.
Can you please? Is he okay?
Okay,
That's not healthy to say you're gonna slam your brain over a Discord debate.
Nah, I know you're not. I know you're not literal fucking Larry over here. Stop trying to do that for these little like jabs. Just get to the point.
Okay, can you please mute him?
That was kind of rhetorical. That was kind of powerful. I lost him. I lost his name. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find his name in the list. I'm sorry. I couldn't find it. I lost him. What the perception blitz me.
You're good, bro. You're good, bro. So basically, Demi, if you can track with me here, previously in the initial scan that I sent, we see a scan right here. Because what you're putting into question is whether her body can transcend and go to places that she's above. That's what you're putting into question for whatever reason. That was not my initial claim that I made with this scan right here when I initially sent it. All I'm trying to prove is that she's capable of being above, abstractionary places and going to a place to where she, essentially goes like and transcends. That's what this scan's for, not this scan. you're focusing on the wrong one. Sorry, this scan right here. This scan right here, it was not for the, this scan is for the transcendence. Okay. Okay. So we see right here, it says the void. That's where you're supposed to be looking at. Not that scan up here. That's a no-no. This scan right here. That's where you're supposed to be. It says nothing at all. And Sasuke, you can follow this right here. The initial reason why I sent the scan is because we see her going into a place that's described to lack. Go ahead.
Yeah, just add it to the Kindle. I'll download it. Thank you.
What? You good?
I'm sorry, my mom walked in.
Oh no, you're good. Here. Basically, right here, Sasuke.
Premiere Pro course and compendium. Yeah. Sorry.
Basically, you're good, bro. Basically, right here, it says, at first I'm flying over purely physical spaces. So Sasuke and Demi, I hope you're listening. There is a place right here. As you can see, are you looking at my stream? I know Demi can't, so Demi, I'm just referring to the fifth skin. You see this right here on my stream, Sasuke?
Red cursor. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You see this?
Yeah, like
this is the world, as we can see.
World,
right. It says, at first I'm flying over purely physical spaces. Humans and centaurs see me pass, and I suppose, wove me into the stories. And we see this world right here. A girl hauling a blanket of light across the sky. Gaps between worlds are rough going, at first cold and bleak, mere airless and silent. So from this statement right here, we see that it's not just her going and flying over random spaces. We see these are completely different worlds between each gap. It goes on to say it's hard to keep track of time here. They're nothing compared to the real me or the realms beneath, though. So this is another implicative statement that there are realms that she just has not tapped into just yet. And we see instead a great pregnant emptiness pulses like a heart. From there on, I fly on through abstractions and abominations, dimensions left incomplete. Now hold on, hold your horses, because this is going to be real crazy. You didn't piece together at first. We see right here, the journey goes on for so long that I pass through, exhausted, into a gray space beyond. Now you're probably wondering, what does that mean when they say gray space beyond? So right here, it says I'm sharpened to the numb of my own will. In other words, I become what he was to start with. Then across, and get this, infinite distance, I see another point moving like me. It's crazy. I wonder for a moment if it is me, if the sky is in front of me like a mirror. And then right here, we see from perpendicular directions, we touch so that there is no joke or shot. And we see all the space around her, it turns into nothing. To where we see a direct statement, nothing at all. So then we go into the previous or the next progression, and hear this, Sasuke. It says the void opens around us. Now, what I'm getting from this is that it's not only stated to be nothing, right? But that it is nothing. Similar to what me and Demi were discussing earlier, which you weren't here for, or you might have been, Sasuke. We were discussing what the void is, this transcendent space that's completely beyond the time and causal level, which is also, if you're still looking at my stream, what this is, completely separate from that cosmology. It's outside, right? It's nothing. Nothing at all, no concepts, just empty and bleak. So when you ask me, Demi, what all do these scans mean and how is she transcendent? This is my argument and my claim that I'm going to directly put out for Sasuke to also hear. If she is going into nothing and these concepts around her, right? She obviously is a person who does exist, but she's within nothingness, and something cannot be within nothing or else it is something. That means either A, as we said earlier, and what my burden is, she is going into a place that is transcendent beyond her own will, and that this is something illogical happening, which I'm fine with, right? Or these scans just don't exist, and she's just going into, for some reason, a white painted room. I don't know. that's my point. You can go though.
I'm kind of feeling like
that
a brain in a
clarifies.
jar right now, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll let Demi
Go ahead.
speak.
Yep. I'll mute myself.
Reiterated something that didn't need to be repeated. So
All right, Demi.
the question that I'm having is what exactly makes it so that this place is completely transcendent to her like raw power, like her actual like where she scales. It can be transcendent to the realm she was sitting in prior, but that I don't think necessarily equates to their actual scaling.
Say that again.
So what is it that makes this void transcendent to her level of power?
I think I already explained that.
I don't believe you did. You just explained why the realm is transcendent to the realm of power, and that's completely fine. I don't disagree with that. I never disagreed with that. And that she travels to a realm from a lower realm, but I'm not convinced that the level of existence to which this realm is on is just transcendental to the level of power that she has when she does this feat. And if it is not transcendental to the level of power that she herself has, then at this point it's just like a travel between lower and higher realms, which is fine, but it's not a travel from a realm like her maximum level of power, a realm on that level, to something transcendent beyond her maximum level of power.
Yeah, that was wow. That was a whole lot of yappery. Basically, what she's going into, it's called the void, or otherwise known as the overvoid, the overmonitor, monitor mind, primal monitor, whatever you want to know it has. This thing, it's known as an existence that exists beyond all understanding, the canvas for all possible creation, essentially the nothingness that's non-existent to fiction, as the description it holds. If you would like, I'll send a scan for you, but that's what it's referring to. I'm not exactly sure what you were trying to get from this, or that maybe you didn't. Can you send them? Yeah, I got you. I'll send more in your DMs if you want to know more about it. But basically, that's what's referring to. You're putting into question why exactly this world is transcendent beyond her, correct? Did I hear that correct?
Beyond the maximum level of power she has. When I'm asking why is that?
What is the maximum level of power she has?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, so I'm gonna restate my question in case I wasn't clear. So if I'm asking, is the realm that she's going to, that void, the overvoid, transcendent to her maximum power?
What is that supposed to mean? I mean, I'm making the statement that she's going to a place transcendent beyond her. No. So what that means is that.
And then I asked you to prove that as well.
I was gonna answer your question.
I asked you to prove that.
Did you have another question?
You haven't. Yeah, I asked you if you could prove.
You asked me to prove that. Do you know why I sent these scans?
Power. Hold on, no, and I said that these scans, they seem to have demonstrated to me that it is a realm beyond, like, say, the regular physical world. Or
No.
Say the rest of the.
Yes or no? Did I already send these?
I wasn't done.
Because you previously cut me off when I was trying to elaborate.
I wasn't done.
Sasuke, I think.
So you're gonna.
Wait. Pause. Guys, I have to watch this recording later. I don't want to go into Premiere Pro and change my audio so I can listen to you talk over each other. Okay, can we please take turns? Thanks.
Yeah, 100%. I was just trying to finish what I was saying, dude.
No, hold on. No. Don't try to play that. Don't try to play that. Like, no.
Yeah, he tried to say that because he asked me a question.
And then you're cutting me off again.
Relax.
And then you're cutting me. No, you need to relax.
Sasuke,
because what happened is you would cut me off when I was trying to make a claim, and then you're trying to sit here and continuously do the same thing.
Because we're both
I'm placing a burden
over-talking each other. I don't want to overtalk anyone. You know what I mean?
Like, dog, why do you keep trying to overtalk?
I'm trying to be silent.
Why are you trying to
keeps talking?
Why are you overtalking?
I'm chilling.
Why are you
overtalking? You do realize Sasuke is...
Dog, why are you overtalking me? Why are you cutting me off mid-argument? Why are you cutting me off?
I had to say silence and you didn't hear me. Can you guys... If I say silence, I want the mouse to go.
I literally stopped talking. Good.
I'm talking to both.
W
and anyone.
elementary school teacher rhetoric from the judge here.
Like, bro. Wait, what were you saying though? Sasuke, what were you saying?
So, which one of you, because I was trying to listen, but you guys kept talking over each other. Which one of you is making a point first?
I'll clarify.
I was making the point.
So basically, relax. Please relax.
Oh,
Here he goes.
Okay,
Once
you know what?
again,
If this is how
here
it's
he
gonna
goes.
go, Jesus
Okay.
fucking Christ.
So Sasuke,
can Demi go?
my
Wait,
guy.
can we just have Archie
Yeah, can Demi go first? Because he cried. Of course he
Yeah,
can.
can Demi just go first?
It's okay.
Thank you.
Fucking Christ, God, fucking damn! Like, why are you acting like this? Debate aside, why are you acting
Great
like
argument.
this? You've never acted like this in any conversation we've had before.
That's
You
an amazing
genuinely trying
argument.
to get me angry. This isn't an argument.
Mhm.
I said debate aside. Are you having issues tracking? Are you not understanding what I'm saying? Are you having issues with English?
Okay, that
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
You're
bro.
laughing. You're just trying to get me
That's
angry.
a powerful.
Nigga. Like,
That's
why
a
are you
powerful
acting
statement,
like
bro.
this? Like, why are you acting
Everyone,
like this?
Facts. Why am I arguing like this?
No, that is not what I asked. I asked a very specific claim. You're just like, you're trying to piss me off. Either that or you're retarded. One of which is not
That's
redeemable.
facts.
Which
That's
is it?
facts. That's
Which
facts,
is
bro. That's facts. You good now?
I'm taking your Capri Suns away, and if I hear one more out of either of you, any more, we are not going to the movie. I will not take you to Cars movie. I swear to God, I will not. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you guys. Let's be nice.
Go ahead. Is it because you do realize I was just chilling and you just ranting? Go ahead though.
Okay. So the point that I was making was that the scans, I can definitely agree that they prove they prove a few things. I was just going down the list of things that I believe they prove. I believe that you have proven that the realm, like the physical world where the humans are, is below in terms of a transcendental sense. It is below the overvoid. That's fine. I can agree that she went from that realm to this other realm. What I'm asking is, does that realm outscale her maximum power when she completed that feat?
Are you good now? Can I please speak?
The floor is yours. I've been
Is it good
going.
now?
I mean, if you don't get the social
Okay. So basically, I'm gonna clarify something for you. So look at my stream real quick.
I can't. It's gonna lag my phone.
No, that's fine. I wasn't talking to you. Sasuke, are you looking?
Let me get to your stream.
Perfect. So basically, I'm gonna clarify this once more, and then
Read
if you
the quotes they
don't
did.
understand this, then I will simply ask Sasuke to clarify for you, because maybe you need a translator. But basically,
the burden on
right,
me.
the whole burden. Hey, you might be needed. The whole reason why I sent these scans, Demi, is because I was demonstrating that my character can go to a place that is transcendent beyond herself. Because if you don't remember, which I understand, maybe I'll be there because I'm old too, eventually, But we see right here, your thing is that the spirit world transcends the back channel transcends your character, and you're seeing your character for some reason just run, hide there, get in a little corner to where my character can't punch you, right? For whatever reason, because that's how fights work. But what I'm saying is this: my character can also go to places that are transcendent of her as well. When I sent these, what you put into question was not whether my character can do that, but was whether my character can use abilities that are outside of that. To which I proved with these scans, that it is possible, and that her as a god level can use abilities in multiple places, which is exactly why I sent these scans as well, which also were supported by omnipotence, or not omnipotence, omniscience. Okay. Now I'm gonna explain this right here. If my character goes into a place known as the anti-monitor, or the overvoid, or just the void in itself, my character is able to go there, a place that's described as nothing, And clearly, my character is something that leads to two conclusions. Okay? A, my character is transcending and going to a place that, get this, is transcendent beyond her in itself. And then also, my character, for some reason, would be performing some illogical action, which I'm fine with. Or B, that means that we were lied to and that she walked into a room that was painted all white. And I feel like there's a better answer to derive from than B. So you can go now.
Okay.
All right. So,
Demi, you can go.
yeah. So, what I'm calling into question is, you're saying that because it is described as nothing and she is something, that she is thus like she's not on that same transcendent level, or that thing transcends her. However, you even said that you are okay with your character doing illogical things. You said that multiple times throughout this argument. You said that she can do illogical things. And you know what? That's fine. I agree with that. I completely agree. In fiction, there can be like contradictory things. And I think something else that is also contradictory is someone can be a thing and exist in a place where there is nothing. Someone can be a thing, or even say, for example, in a fictional sense, you can have, due to the nature of transdualities, you can have something which a lot of series seem to operate off of. Not every, of course, but you can have characters which do things like, say, for example, manipulating time despite being in a place which is outerversal, or like beyond the concepts of space and time. Like, for example, some characters in DC do that, but that's not particularly relevant. So given that, what I'm seeing here is there is a distinct possibility that this character, Elaine, is already at this level where she can exist there, and then she travels there, thus meaning, yeah, she can exist somewhere, be transcendent of nothing. All of these things could be true, and then it could very well be the case that she's not like going to a place transcendent of her. She's going to a place in which she could even be transcendent of that nothing itself. That is also, if you're okay with any logical thing your character can do, that is one that you could do as well. Same with like how you said you can go there and that would be illogical. So would also being transcendent of this nothing, but that is something which can happen in fiction. So I'm seeing this very clear, distinct possibility. So I'm wondering, how did you pin down that interpretation or that possibility as being the one as opposed to this one?
Wow. Okay. Okay. That was an amazing argument. So what you're putting into question, to clarify for the VC, Demi asking, what's the problem with my character transcending nothing? There is no problem with it. I think that my character can transcend nothing, right? And can also transcend something. But nothing is just, remember, the absence of something, right? You're transcending nothing. That just means I'm not transcending anything. But transcending something means that I am transcending something. So clearly I can't be transcending nothing, can I? That's the thing. So I'm going to ask you for clarification, because maybe you just didn't know that there are differences between these two distinct things. Or I'll say this one thing. You do realize nothing and the concept of nothing, two different things. So are you asking, is my character capable of being transcendent of the concept of nothing, therefore making her already to that level to where she's not actually going somewhere that she's transcendent of or not transcendent of? Or are you saying that my character cannot transcend anything?
Okay,
Which
so before I answer your question, there was actually something that there was a couple of entailments from what you had said that I just want to bring up. And don't worry, you'll get the answer to your question. One thing that you had brought up is, unless it was just an issue with the phrasing, it seemed as though you were stating that you didn't think your character transcended anything to go there. And if that is the case, that does have some massive entailments, meaning that your character didn't actually go to a place transcendent of them, meaning that they don't even have the ability to go into the back channel. And the back channel is really just a defense against a very specific ability. Only one of the abilities, so it was only brought up as a counter. So it's not as though that's what the whole fight is going to have happen. There are many different opportunities he has for attack in that, but again, we're not on my portion of the ability section. And so what I'm seeing here is you have the like even if it's the concept, we can take two possibilities even. So regardless of what I'm referring to. So if it is just a physical nothingness, she's transcendent of that. I don't think that really is relevant to any scaling or anything. I don't think you would really agree. But then
Wait, hold on. Sorry, my mic cut out for a second. Wait, for like actually a while. What were you saying? I can merch it on everything.
Yeah. Wait. Demi, do you want to repeat what you were saying?
Or if
I think
Sasuke
Archi
wants
had
to
it.
re-clarify. Good.
Okay. Basically, what Demi just said. Anyways, I have to make sure to remember it well. I don't want to fucking misphrase it. But basically, he said that you made an entailment or an implication. Demi, tell me if it's an implication or an entailment. I don't know. I don't know the difference between either of those in terms of actual definition. But basically, you
what?
made the claim. You made a claim that implies that your character actually didn't transcend. Right, Demi? Is that what you were saying? I want to clarify because I don't want to.
Which claim did I make?
I'll take that as like a Freudian slip or something. So it's not like a massive, like, you know.
I asked a question when it came to nothing. I didn't make a claim.
Yeah. Okay. So
So Archie's saying he hasn't made a claim on that, I guess.
So
Well, I'll clarify. Maybe he's referring to something else. What claim specifically do you think I made?
whatever, it doesn't matter. Like I said, like I said right before you asked that, I'll just be charitable and say that he meant something else, so it doesn't matter. So you were essentially saying that, you know, the character, you were saying, you know, a character just can't transcend like a physical nothingness. There's nothing to transcend, right? And then you were talking about like the concept of nothingness, and then you were asking if I was saying your character transcended that. I wasn't saying they necessarily did. I'm saying that there are other interpretations which are completely fine in the scope of fiction, which your scans could support, which do not entail that your character necessarily went to
Wait, sorry, my mind is spacing out again. Wait, did you say which claim I made?
Huh?
Wait, you said Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Okay, so again, like I said, I will just assume that I misheard what you were saying, and that I will be charitable and say that you meant something else as opposed to what I had heard and took it as. So it will not really matter to this. So
okay,
dropping it. That's what I'm saying. So, did you hear what came after that, or did you tune that out?
Loki tuned it out. What were you saying?
Bro, okay, so we can just move on from this point then. I'm gonna repeat it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that up. Okay, so have both of you guys addressed, like you have addressed points made? Because if so, I'm just gonna say leave that up to Rec. I'll look at Rec for that.
Dog, at this point, I'm just ready to flip a fucking coin. I don't even really care to debate. Are you okay with just doing a coin flip instead of continuing this? This is actually
I don't agree.
Huh?
How about you guys go to a new
I don't agree.
You don't agree to a coin flip. Okay.
Nope.
You guys go to a new point.
You said go to a new point? I got you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, any other abilities you want to bring up, or can I just start listing some of mine?
Go ahead.
I don't agree, Giga Chad.
Where's my fries at?
Okay, so Demi, he said you can explain your abilities. You can say what abilities you have.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's got pretty good regen and resistance to quite a few different abilities. I guess I could just bring up like one of them's existence erasure. He also has existence erasure. Yeah.
You mean your character can like erase me from like everything?
Huh?
You mean your character can like erase me from everything?
He can erase things on a higher level than he exists. Yeah. So like,
and what would that level be?
To him. It's an outer versal difference.
How to Archie's? Because I'm farther from my mic. That's why. That's why. But basically, I don't even have my headphones on, so I don't know if you can hear me. But Lamau, see, bro, Oppo, I'll hop on the phone right now. Nigga, hold on. Where's my phone?
Yeah. Listen, bitch. I'm not with a voice changer, I promise. What the fuck?
Powerful.
Retard. This nigga's an idiot. Now, anyways, I guess I'll just speak on phone. Basically, if you're gonna have like some type of I'll say like ability like to erase my character, I want you to prove that your character it can work on a higher level than what your character can operate. Is that something that you're capable of doing?
Yeah. Here, I'll just explain the
Yeah.
ability while I'm finding the scan for it.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
he erases things
voice
from an
changer. Yes.
ability
Yes.
called
Good.
he erases things via an ability called Food Luck, and Food Luck again he doesn't really scale to this either. It is just straight up gourmet, like not gourmet, sorry, like food spirits. They're that's all that the actual Food Luck is here. Let me first find the scan of him using it to erase someone.
Where's my guitar? Because I'm on a voice changer, to be honest. Like clearly, I'm on such a voice changer that it can actually untune my guitar to where it's literally tuned, but then my voice operates at a function deeper than what it can do. Yeah. Clearly. I don't know. I'm just like that.
Demi, are you getting the scans right now?
Yeah, I'm getting the scans.
Okay.
You hear Oppo? Clearly, since I'm on a voice changer? Clearly. Kid? Yo, that's the second time I saw him send that shit. You're fucking timed. Weirdo. Like, if you send anti-Semitic things, like, you're gonna get, like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I thought you were talking about the meme that Parlar sent at first. I was like, huh, what?
Nah,
And then I
dude,
noticed what it was.
I'm talking about fucking Toru. He's so weird.
I thought that too because it's actually the second time I've said that, so I was like, "Oh shit!"
I thought you were in trouble. Was Kenjaku a squirter or a creamer? Question of the year. Bless you.
You're welcome. Where's my... Where my pics at? Reality. There it is.
It's the the technique. It was Food Luck. He copied that from someone, like the ability to use it. And then
So what is this supposed to be? I'm confused.
This is just him using Food Luck to erase her. You can see she's sitting there, and then she's starting to dissipate, and then she says, "Wait, Midora, my body is originally," and then he says the name of his adoptive mother. You would really erase it. You could search out her soul, your dream will come true, and you could bring her back to life. And then he's just like, "Nah, I'm chilling." So.
Oh, so it's not existence erasure. It's just her body erasure. He's just erasing her body.
Well, no, it's everything, but the body contains memories, and that's something that she's referring to.
Where does it state it's everything? I'm confused.
Really,
I'm confused where it states it's everything.
It's not,
because all I can see from here is that it states that it's her body. I'm confused on where it says it's everything, because the statement I'm looking at is Midora, wait, my body is originally Frosius. Remember, you'd really erase it. Or is it saying it's erasing everything about the person, which would be existence?
I just said there's another one. That was the first scan.
Okay. Gotcha.
Really? A rhetorical guitar? This is crazy.
Yeah, everything's rhetorical. It's all a mind game.
That rhetorical snap went crazy, though. That one was powerful.
Bro said powerful.
Did you cook this shit up in a fucking lab, bro? Oh my god. It feels like he
Honestly?
like wrote down every like pet peeve of Demi's and then was just like, "This is the move."
Yikes.
I'm not saying I am doing it.
Archie has a
But I am
passion.
saying, listen. I'm
No,
not
it's
saying
okay,
I
you're not-
am doing
okay,
it.
nigga.
But what I am saying is that maybe if we continued up on stage and that whole thing didn't happen, it might have went differently. I don't know. I'm not saying I know.
Nah, bro, you did it off rip. Don't even sit here. And
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like you less as a human being now.
Of
I know
course,
you don't
that's
care.
fine.
Yeah, I know you don't care.
I never said I didn't care.
Hey, is this correlating to the debate? I don't think so.
If you want to take stuff outside
Can we
of the
stop with the
debate,
soccer
that's
mom
completely
rhetoric
fine.
moderation?
I'm not going to.
No,
I don't
we
look
will
at you any
not.
different.
Okay, no, you guys. Does anyone have the second scan for Demi?
No, but while we're waiting, can I tell you about your Lord and Jesus Christ?
Part. Stop being so white. I was searching for words, and that's all I could come up with.
I don't know how you could possibly dislike a person has it, over a debate though. That's kind of interesting.
No, it's about the specific behavior. I can dislike someone over their behavior, and you intentionally trying to get me mad, regardless of the reason, is automatically going to make me like you less as a human being.
Hold on.
I mean,
Archie,
that's fine.
Archie,
you know?
Archie, did you just say how can you insult someone over a debate? Did you
Not
say
what I
that?
said, but you can mishear. That's fine.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard. I'm like,
I mean, that's fine. I look at people who scream, stomp their feet, run around their house angrily, fuming for a debate. Over 18, I look at them differently too. But it's fine.
You guys
okay.
done?
We're not done at all. In fact, he's still finding his scam.
Yeah, I'm saying, are you
You
guys
know
done
what?
with that?
You know what? I'm done. I'm dropping out of this tournament, bro.
Okay.
This is
That's
too
how you
much
feel.
health. Yeah.
That's how you feel.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is how I feel.
All right.
You're legit a troll.
Okay. That's how you feel.
I don't. Well, at least I don't have to listen to the rec.
That's what I'm saying. Now, once hit fucking this much time, like, nah, fuck this.
Okay. That's fine.
This is too much, bro. I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck, bro. Like,
Now that, hey guys,
continue this shit.
real quick. Now that
Are
we're
we
out
serious?
of
Hey, if he wants to.
the,